Wait! Who are you?
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Ow! Ooh, God! Poor Spidey, man.
Poor Spidey. But you know what? Let's go! Woo! We are live.
Everybody, what is up? So, welcome to the Nickatina Show with ACS Universe. Today we have a special guest. Today we have two guys by the name of Johnny Pop and Enosh, hosts of the Point Extra Lounge. And they're going to be here today talking about their show, 2 Cents on Nonsense, which is a hilarious show. If you guys haven't done so already, please check it out. It is so good. But before we get to all of that, Anthony, let's see what's going on in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and actually, Anthony, you got something coming up. Okay, so everybody, let me start over again. Okay, you guys. So today was Anthony's 50th episode, not birthday, but episode. And
Ryan.
It was an epic stream. It was a two-parter.
Yeah.
It had two crotch cams.
Yeah, you did.
It was something else. It was really just revolutionary the way he conducted the streams. But dude, congratulations on your 50th episode.
I appreciate it, man.
You know,
glad you were there to enjoy it with
dude,
us.
you have no idea what I had to do to make sure that I can get on that stream today. So I've been telling you how we've been doing a remodel of my house, right?
Yeah.
Of my what do you call it? My master bedroom, especially. And so, yeah, of course, Igor, of course. I was surprised I hadn't followed you yet. I was like, oh my god, really? So what was it? So I had a bunch of stuff that still needed to be done, right? And so I was like, if I'm gonna do Anthony's show and I'm gonna do my show later, I gotta make sure I get some shit done. Yeah. And I did. And so then that way when I went to go do it, there was no kickback at all. I was like, see you later. I was like, yeah. So we were all good. Until I had to make dinner. Then I was like, So what was I getting at with this? I was thinking about Igor and I was like, oh wait, what am I talking about? But so today is his 50th episode, and you know that's quite an achievement. I mean, it takes a lot of time to make your own content, and to have the 50 of them is nice, man.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's not the 50th video I made. There's hundreds of, I don't know how many. I think there's over 200 videos on my channel. But as far as the ACS Universe podcast, that was 50 episodes. Yes. Yeah. And remember, I said in the intro, like, yo, I didn't think I'd be consistent enough to do it, but yeah, I was.
It's not his 50th birthday, but it was his 50th episode.
Look, I know she said happy 50th birthday, bro.
Happy 50th birthday. So,
Ryan started that shit, right?
Yeah, he did. He totally started it. And guys, you know, there's been a lot of things that have been happening this week. Some good, some bad as well. And we'll get to all that later on as well. But Anthony had mentioned something on his stream. He had mentioned that he's kind of working on a project with another co-host. And it's coming out when?
In December.
And actually, you know what? I have a video. It's the teaser for that project that he's working on. Hold on, Russia. Let me get rid of that. There we go.
Throw it on up there, man.
I'm pretty sure I have it. I got it from an anonymous source. Here it is right here. Okay. This is a video. It's a project that him and Meg have been working on, and I can't wait to see it. Wait, where is it? All right, here it is. I think this is it. Okay, here we go.
See how you see that kind of charcoal in the cape? It's just that little.
Wait, that's not it. That's not it.
Is that all? Is that all you can? Man, I've been sitting here all day.
I actually don't have the video. I thought I did, and I didn't. That was from Justice Con, everybody. And no, Anthony is not playing Superman in a new fan film.
Oh man!
But it's something to look forward to as they're working on a project that'll be coming out this December. So stay tuned for that. So guys, we have two guests that are coming on, and Anthony, you actually had a chance to finally meet Enosh in person. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, I did. Yeah, he was fire. It was you know, gracious host. You know, when in discussions to when leading up to that meetup, he was totally cool with everything. I was like, yo, do I need to do this? He's like, nah, dude, I got you everything. Yo, I tell you what, anytime you invite me to your house and I come in and there's a stack of pizzas like this,
wow,
yo, welcome. Yes. It was fire though. Great family, man. And obviously that collection is just, you have to see it to believe just how fire it is. And it doesn't just end in that room. It goes like,
it's all over his house.
Yes.
He showed me like on his phone, he's shown me like parts of his house. And I swear to God, it's like Disneyland. I'm like, man,
yeah.
Like if I could go there, man.
Yeah.
It's like every nerd's dream house.
Yeah. It's astonishing, man. Not a bunch of lifesavers, man. Just overall great guy. Enosh is fire. Yeah, and I enjoyed it. I had one of the best weekends of my entire life there.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, next time they do it, I'm definitely gonna try and be there.
Yeah.
And Coop Malik.
Also, hey, Johnny Pop was at the movies too, man. He was.
He was.
Yeah. When we saw Empire Strikes Back, so yo, it was fire to meet him as well. But
okay, I have to address something here. Okay, and this is my fault. Koopy, Wonder Meg is not going to be on the show. What I did was I tagged a bunch of my friends, letting them know that there's a show. And then looking back on it, the way I worded the tweet, it made it look like I was like, shoot, that looks like they're actually going to be on the show. Because I said, and more. And I had all these names listed. I was like, wait, damn, that's kind of misleading. So I apologize for that. If Meg, if you want to stop by, DM me. I'll send you a link. But no, she was not scheduled to be on the show today. So Coop Malik, I hope you stick around. I hope you weren't here just for Meg because it's going to be a good show anyway.
Yeah.
See, like I told you, Rasha.
Rasha says, sorry, I got it wrong earlier. No,
you weren't the only one. So
yeah, nah, you just go back to my channel after the stream. If you're looking for something else to watch, just go to my channel. It's in 2 parts because I'm an idiot, but you know, I accidentally ended the stream midway, and with StreamYard, you can't just start it back up. You have to make a whole new one. So yeah, there's that.
I wish you could just start it right back up again, but you can't.
Yeah,
it's
dude,
so weird.
Yeah.
But you know. And then, of course, you know, we had the big revelation this week where we had the article that came out from Forbes, written by Shiraz Faruqi, going into detail about the whole Ray Fisher situation with Warner Bros. Pictures, and it was a very, I thought it was a good article. I thought he had a lot of details in there, and unfortunately, now he is a former contributor to Forbes.
Yes,
we haven't heard much of the details about that.
And probably not. I mean, I don't know if he come out and just let us know. He might keep that, I mean, private to himself for a little bit, but we'll get into that later. We'll like, you know, delve more into that probably like you said later on in the show.
Yeah. And you know, it's not something that I think is very funny. I think it's actually the opposite of funny. Yeah. It's unfortunate, and it's not good. Let's put it that way. It's not good, and it's not a very good look for anybody, especially for Forbes. But if details come out about that and more information comes out about that, you know, we'll definitely cover it. But for now, you know, we can only talk about what we do know. So, what's up? We got Why Not Stuff in here. What's up, man?
What's up? Why Not? Yo, with that fire artwork, man. Dude, he's still.
Oh, he was killing it with the Sean Connery artwork. I was like, oh, this is badass.
Dude. Yeah, man.
It was so good.
Shouts out to the original 007, man.
Yeah, I know. That was a tough one on Halloween too. Well,
yeah.
But if there was ever gonna be like a way to go, it had to have been the way he went, because in the article it said that he died peacefully in his sleep in his home in the Bahamas. I'm like, well.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna go, I want to go like that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. So guys, let's introduce our guests. None other than Johnny Pop and Enosh of Poindexter's Lounge. What's going on, you guys?
What's up? Are you ready for some nonsense?
Nonsense!
Yes. Nonsense up in this piece.
We're gonna throw some fire on that nonsense.
Yes,
I'm ready. I'm ready.
nice.
I got a water here, and I got a can of whipped cream, because you got to get a whip it. If you're gonna listen to Mike Zero for any amount of time, or Doomcock, you gotta.
Oh,
Go.
You got a crock of
Hold on a
Johnson
minute.
right there. There you go.
Okay.
That's a big crock of Johnson to have to deal with.
That's Crockett Johnson.
That's
before we get,
yeah.
What?
Oh,
before we get too far into this,
he's a crock of Johnson.
what's that?
He's a crock of Johnson.
What's up, Sickness? Oh, we got McLovin here in the chat as well. We got Geeks Cosmics. We have Iffy.
I'm looking over
in
sickness.
here.
What's up, sickness?
Aaron, I see you. Yeah.
My eyeballs are like hovering down.
Over Sickness. There we go.
Yo,
We got
you know
Jacob
what?
Luddy in the chat. Enosh.
What's up?
We got Aaron Entertainment.
Heck yeah.
This is nonsense.
Yeah. I like Aaron.
So, guys, before we get to the whole take on nonsense. Oh wait,
Yeah.
cents on. Anyhow, before we get to that, let's take a look at the show to get an idea of what we're in store for. So here we go, and away we go. Oh, whoops! Volume up. We're gonna hear this.
You got it. The Lucas cut either exists and is awesome, doesn't exist and is awesome, exists but accidentally released by a lab in China, or exists but got edited by
Lucas made a movie. Kathleen Kennedy put it in the vault. Gone. Gone. Bob Iger needs to go.
investors. Pounded down the door.
I was one of the investors. I saw the Lucas cut. Amazing. Fantastic film. Absolutely wonderful. Abrams screwed it up. Lucas cut all the way.
Best film ever.
Best Star Wars movie ever. Ridiculous.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. All right.
And while I have no personal knowledge one way or the other,
That's a soundbite.
We don't have any. He's because then again he won't be wrong.
Remind me to get that. Remind me to get that. That's just going to be a part of my normal show now from now on. Although I have no knowledge whatsoever.
Is he going to say that he's just going to throw his 2 cents in on this?
Ooh, another 2 cents reference or salt.
ENELI, and this is what you get.
We have I am a Palpatine.
What?
How?
Well, I'm a Papanelli.
Kalama Parpnally.
I am a Parpnellini.
I am a
It sounds like an Italian dish. I'm a Papanelli. Yes, Papanelli.
Kalama Parpnelli.
Salama Papanelli. Ah, yes. Get the parm and the parp and the
Would you like some more sauce?
it's the spicy meatball. Yeah, the spicy meatball with the old guy. Yeah.
Fresh pepper. They're like, darn it. We've got these space movies. How can we make them more like the Avengers?
Oh, I heard a crazy rumor this week that supposedly Disney wants to somehow combine Star Wars with the MCU and make the ultimate MCU multiverse. I'm like, where do these people come up with this stuff? Leave that there. All right, so here we go.
That's exactly what Bob Chapek wants to see.
Bob Chapek doesn't want to see anything. Bob Chapek has literally been set to the side because Bob Iger came back.
Bob Chapek's counting his money. I don't know what he's doing.
It's like, whatever. Bob Chapek ain't doing squat.
Oh, yeah. No, there's... But he's got to throw those names out there because that makes him sound legit, right?
Oh, for sure. Chapek all the way. Chapek 2020.
Yeah, I love it. Dude, the background is fire.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys, I mean, when we kind of break these down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Okay, so it starts with two guys in particular, right? And the first guy we're going to talk about is Doomcock. Okay, so now,
heck yeah,
mind the name. Okay, I mean, look, when I first met
Make
Enosh,
sure you're all still subscribed to my channel. YouTube is dropping subscribers every day, and you need to check and make sure that you're still subscribed.
but he has a lot of followers, right? He has a lot of subs on his channel.
Oh, he's got 200,000. He's got over 200,000 subs, man.
That's insane.
It's insane. It is insane. It really is insane. It's a crazy, crazy thing.
It's scary. There's that many angry people watching YouTube.
Yeah.
But we talk about that and the fact that they've tapped into something with people. They've tapped into this anger or this frustration with things that people love, things like Star Wars and other pop culture, phenomenon. And so the problem is they feed into it, but they're grifters.
Yeah.
Johnny brings that up every week. They're just a couple of grifters who are literally just getting people's money, man.
Grifters.
We're a couple of grifters.
They are.
And
grift,
there's
man.
And the thing is we're going to get into that as we watch the video tonight, because I'm going to point out a few things to you guys about Mike Zero, especially. But it's the same. But it's the same thing with Doomcock. It's the same thing with Doomcock.
I
know
hate that this is true, but
Brian, hey, I'm just glad that he saw the light. Hey, man. He saw the light.
Brian.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
Well, I think Doom.
No.
She's trying to stop him.
Wasn't always super angry. But it was like now it's just now it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Really,
he's doing it just for. He knows what gets people going. He knows what will get him views. So
he did a whole video last week about what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt. Right? About how Chris Pratt was being bullied and all these things, and then it's like it's weird to listen to him for 10 minutes go on about how these people are attacking him and they're putting him down, they're trying to cancel him and all this stuff, and then he's like, "But stay angry, my friends," and it's like. Why stay angry at the world? Like
that's one of his lines, right? That's one of his taglines at the end.
He
says,
closes,
"Stay angry."
Stay angry.
So he wants to see it. He wants to see anger from the fans. Now,
he
Aaron
says
has a question.
Pop culture, but he's not. He's
so Aaron has a statement here. He says, according to Doomcock, Mandalorian is still filming season 2.
Yes, that's something that was in one of his videos. Yes, that
he said, they were going to film season 2 and 3 at the same time, and
oh my god,
because he says Doomcock especially says that he has these insiders, right? That they're his agents, and they've infiltrated Disney. And they've infiltrated these studios, and so his thing right now is that Disney has purchased a large Air Force hangar that they are now going to take when they film their things, their different shows and stuff. That they're going to take these people, they're going to quarantine them for 2 weeks, and then just those people can be on the sets. Just those people can be a part of that. And the weird thing about this is he talks about this like it's a negative thing, and it's like. Heck yeah, do that. So we can have our shows. So we can get Mandalorian season 3 before 2025.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what the heck is wrong with that? And but that's the thing is like he's got all these problems. He won't say that, these guys they won't say the name of different things. So they call it the beer bug and they call it, different things, whatever. And it's just really sad. And it's
the
really
beer
pathetic.
bug.
Yeah, because he won't come out and talk about the pandemic. He won't actually talk about what it, so they'll try to blame it on they'll be like, the guy who plays the Mandalorian,
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. So they'll be like, Pedro Pascal has been hard to work with and doesn't want to wear the helmet anymore. So they're having to make sure to film these scenes with his body doubles and blah, blah, blah. And they're now having to resort to this kind of actions to get anything done. It's like, no, it's because of the pandemic that they have to shut down production for a while.
So is he literally just making this shit up?
Yes.
Well, because I don't know who started that rumor first that if it was him or Grace, because they both were at the same time going, oh, he walked out halfway through season 2 and it was all stunt doubles after that. And it's like, there's no, and then the very next day he's all over Twitter promoting, Mandalorian. I'm like, you guys are full of garbage here.
But yeah, but he did say they're filming season 2 this way, and it's like,
Season 2's been done.
And then the premiere date came out, and he's like, I'm at season 3.
Yeah, I got my. It was a typo on my lie sheet.
Season 3.
My typo on my lie sheet. I have all these lies. It's kind of hard to keep them all organized, you know.
So you have Doomcock, right?
Yes,
and then you have the other character that takes center stage in this whole thing, which is Mike Zero.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I'll admit this. I used to watch Mike Zero's videos a few years ago, and I used to watch all of them. I was really into it. And then I started to realize that a lot of the stuff he was talking about just was like the same kind of stuff just over and over again, but kind of regurgitated. It was kind of like Taco Bell. It's the same ingredients, just put in different shapes and sizes. Now it's kind of like, okay, well, after a while, I just kind of stopped watching.
Yeah.
But he actually did get famous for a while because there was a rumor that he had put out there, and I remember it got traction. All of a sudden, I saw it getting reported on like Screen Rant and on like Cinema Blend. It was something he did. I forgot what he said. Something he said about Star Wars. I think something about the casting, or it was about Rey's heritage or lineage. I mean,
well, Rian Johnson actually mentioned him by name.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yeah, he mentioned it by name, and he actually made a joke that like there's all these YouTubers who are out here saying stuff is going on behind the scenes and on the sets, and they have no clue as to what's going on. So basically, they kind of made a joke alluding to the fact that anytime they see something like that or something comes out like that, they say they're pulling a zero.
Oh man!
Oh, he probably loved that then.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure he did.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, here's my name. That was my name.
But the thing was, man, dude, right before the Rise of Skywalker, he was literally putting out 12 videos a day.
That's crazy.
And they were all regurgitated same stuff. And I'm going to show that to you later. Like it's all the same stuff over and over and over again, just with little changes because look, I'll give this to Mike Zero. Mike Zero is smart in the fact that he understands how to play the algorithm on YouTube. And I can't get into all of that, but I will just say this: top people have been working on this, and we just like, it's just a thing of like, he hits certain keywords that he knows that have nothing to do with his videos at all. Like he's recently been talking about the Snyder Cut, and the only reason he's doing it is so that the algorithm will pick that up and put that out to people. That's the only reason.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Well, but he's been very savvy about the algorithm. Like he understands what words to use and how to take advantage of it.
But where Doomcock comes out and says that he actually has sources and all this stuff, Mike Zero for years now, he just says stuff. He just he just makes stuff up out of thin air, literally.
Yeah, he just says it's been noted, or
he fumbles over his
words the other day. Remember,
what's that?
He made up that Brie Larson interview.
He totally completely made up a Brie Larson interview that never happened. It's not out there.
It's like, what?
Where Brie Larson said all this stuff against the fans, said that she hated Star Wars fans, hates Marvel fans, hates Disney fans, all this stuff, and I'm like, well, where's the link?
But yeah, where is this interview? I didn't read it.
It's been noted that, and that's his whole thing. It's like, it's been noted that this and this happened, and then these people said these words, and we know that this has happened because of all the things that we've heard before that are all just his regurgitated stuff. It never ever has any kind of connection to anything. And so, yeah.
And according to Aaron Entertainment, he says he can't even say Jon Favreau right.
I think that's Doomcock.
That's Doomcock.
Favreau.
Yes.
Favreau.
Hello, no.
John Favreau says.
John Favreau.
What's up, Chubby Teddy?
What's good?
And we got Nerdy Many Ways here in the chat. What's up,
love doing the Doomcock voice just as much. Look, and this is going to be spun off. We'll tell you later because there's actually going to be a spin-off of 2 Cents on Nonsense. And if you guys have watched the Poindexter Lounge long enough, you guys know that I do these Mike Zero parodies called Mark Uno. Right. And so I started doing those. I started doing those first, and I still do those occasionally. And I have some fun with those things, basically making fun of Mike Zero. And I have gotten the craziest messages back from people, man.
No.
Ryan Zieverfett thinks it's absolutely hilarious because when I first started doing these things, I get these like vitriol just attacks on me, and they're like, how dare you? And this one guy's like, Mike Zero is my friend, like we're friends, and he like gives me all this information about Mike, how they went to school together and stuff. And this was like an email, and he says, how dare you do this? He's got a girlfriend.
The fuck?
Is that how he ended the statement? Like he had
That
a
was it.
girlfriend.
That was it. That was
You're
the
like-
argument. That I
It's
should
like
not
that
make
gives
fun
him credibility, you know.
I should not make fun of him because he has a girlfriend. And I was like, so I wrote back and I said, are you sure? Because I don't know how he'd have time for a girlfriend given the fact that he put out 12 videos every day this week.
What's up, South Cali guy?
You know,
Chubby Teddy writes, dude, all Zero every day has thumbnails of Brie Larson and Kathleen getting fired from
Oh yeah, I'm gonna point
Lucasfilm.
that out. Yeah, we're gonna point that out. But that's the thing. It's like Mike Zero literally just pulls stuff out of thin air, just throws stuff. He fumbles over his own words. Like I said, he made up this Brie Larson interview thing that never happened. It's nowhere. He made, and I'm pretty sure he made this up because nobody can find it. He made up a false statement that that people were spamming all these videos across YouTube saying he was dead one day.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then he made a video about it saying, hey guys, I just want to let you know it's been brought to my attention that there's people out there who are saying that I am dead or that I was in an accident. That is not true. And like he does all these weird things with his hands and he talks like this and he's just, you know, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is October 30th, 2020. And you know, we've seen a lot of things come out about Star Wars, and the future of Star Wars is very intriguing given, you know, things, you know, brought to us by Bob Chapek and Bob Iger and Lucasfilm, Disney. And he lists like every company that has anything to do with Star Wars. Yeah. It's Disney, Lucasfilm. You know, now he's on this big thing that George Lucas is absolutely working on Star Wars currently.
Yeah,
that like him and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they're working together. They're working on the Mandalorian. They're working on these new series. They're working on new movies. They got a new trilogy that they got planned. And then the thing is he makes up something, and then he starts reporting it just as fact. And the problem is that all these 11-year-olds believe him. Right now, I don't know if you guys remember back in the 90s. This is kind of an obscure reference, but there was a guy named Super Shadow. Do any of you guys remember Super Shadow?
I do not.
Okay, so Super Shadow was this guy in the early days of the internet when people believed anything. I mean, people still believe anything that they see sometimes on the internet. But this guy had a website that he said that he was best friends with George Lucas, that George had brought him in and that revealed to him the plans that he had for the entire future of Star Wars. Because we were getting the prequels, and this you can find stuff about this. Super Shadow is no longer around because he was forced to take all of his stuff down because he was literally making up stuff to like episode 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, and giving details about what he said George Lucas said was going to be in all these movies. Okay,
what's up, Dylan?
What's up, Dylan?
The thing is that Mike Zero is the modern day Super Shadow. He's an absolute liar. He's doing it for clicks and views. He never references anything that's actually true. He's an awkward guy. If you go back and watch his first videos on his channel, he's just an awkward guy who was trying to report movie news. And then all of a sudden, when The Force Awakens came out, he clicked onto something because he started making Star Wars content. And I was just like you, Nickatina. I started watching. I was like, oh, wow, this guy's talking about stuff. And it's like, oh, it sounds like he's got some insiders. And then I went to go see The Force Awakens and like none of the stuff was true. And I was like,
it's like,
okay,
he's full of it. What?
Yeah. Okay. Well, hold on. Because then after The Force Awakens, he like tried to explain some of it away. And then he started explaining like heavily how in episode 8, it was going to be revealed that Snoke was Darth Plagueis and all this stuff was going to happen and everything. And like he doubled, tripled, quadrupled down and said all this stuff was happening. And like he knew all this stuff and he had, you know, all this knowledge of it. And then absolutely nothing of that stuff happened. And then when The Rise of Skywalker came out, I was like, I can't believe people are still listening to this stuff. And he just kept on and on and on and on and on. And then came the hatred because then it became, you know, it's become really popular to be angry at Star Wars.
Yep.
And so he started this thing, like he came out with a video, with a few videos actually kind of titled around the same thing, talking about it's time that I finally come clean. So of course he knows that everybody's going to look at that and go, oh, is he finally really going to admit that he's been full of crap this whole time? And so people are going to click on it, and those videos get thousands of views.
And we've seen this done before by other YouTubers.
Oh yes,
name,
oh yes,
who hang out in some corner. So this is a tactic.
But he did that. He did that. And the thing is when you went to go watch that video, it was not him admitting that. You know what it was him admitting?
Right.
I really didn't like, because he was very supportive of The Last Jedi, and then all of a sudden it was, I really didn't like The Last Jedi. I really don't like Star Wars anymore. Kathleen Kennedy is the devil, basically. And then there was all these videos of like, I got to come clean. I really got to state what I really truly believe now. And it just kind of led down this thing. And I started taking notice of it. And when I started getting upset about it was in the last year, towards the end of the year, people in my live streams, before I had access to things like StreamYard, we would just read the chat, as we were doing live streams together with people and on our channel. And people were like, man, Enosh, you should really just do something about this. And I'm like, well, what the heck am I going to do about it? And then I got this idea to make this parody character, Mark Uno. And so I started doing these things where I just like throw crazy things in, like, like it's been noted that the next movie will see Poe Dameron actually go to a place that looks like our modern day Australia, with the group Men at Work singing in the background, I come from a land down under. This will also be accompanied by the 4 non-blondes and fine young cannibals, who every time Ray comes on the screen, it'll be sung, She Drives Me Crazy. Brought to you by George Lucas, Kathleen Kennedy, Chris Terrio, etc. And it was just like, it became this fun thing that I started doing, and people seemed to really like it. And at first I didn't think it was going to catch on. And it's funny because now it's caught on actually more than it did before. And I did a music video called, I'm a musician, so I wrote a song called Lies, and I did a music video for it. And a lot of you guys have seen that as the character Mark Uno. And, people ask me like, Enosh, why do you care? Right? Why do you care about some other YouTuber and what he's doing? I really don't. But you know what I do care about is, we talked about it a lot of times, and I know that everybody doesn't love The Rise of Skywalker, or not The Rise of Skywalker, because I'm not even a huge fan of The Rise of Skywalker, but The Last Jedi and stuff like that. My thing is that Mike Mike Zero is everything that is wrong with Star Wars fandom. Yeah. Because Mike Zero is playing on the fears and the angers of Star Wars fans, taking advantage of them. And so is Doomcock, like taking advantage of these people, getting their money, getting their views, getting their time and everything, and giving them false hope. Like when Doomcock comes out and literally says something like, they're going to totally delete the entire sequel trilogy. They're going to delete the sequel trilogy and reboot it. No, they're not. They're not. You know how many thousands of people worked on those movies and put their blood, sweat, and tears into it, and all those things. It's not just going to be eliminated. That's just a dumb thing to say. But he goes on 4chan. Doomcock was actually outed because he was on 4chan. He was outed that he gets his information sometimes from 4chan and from Reddit and stuff like that.
Rumors out there.
Yeah,
to see if he'd bite, and he did.
Yes. They literally put some Star Trek rumors out on there. You can ask Brian Master None about it. They put false rumors out there, and then Doomcock reported it as absolutely positively that it was his guys in there that got the scoop. And then these people came out and they went, guess what? Fooled you.
And he's like, I knew it all along.
I knew it all along.
And that's why he reported it, right?
That's why I put some salt on it.
So the thing is, I've just decided, you know what? People need to understand this stuff. They need to know this stuff. It's fine if they don't like something, but don't support people who are literally just taking advantage of you.
And the thing is, like these guys, like we said, like I said all along, it's a grift, right? They're just trying to get your money, your attention, your clicks. Mm-hmm. Subscribe. Be a Patreon. Give me a super chat. That's all they want. And so and then now what really ticks me off though is that when it starts getting picked up by places, and you'll see it like Comic Book News or Fandom Wire and all these other places and all that start to pick up these stories, and then they start to go, well, Star Wars is getting rebooted. And you're like, where'd they get this? And then Doomcock is their source, or Mike Zero. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like,
how is that possible? I mean, why would they reboot the entire sequel trilogy after they spent billions of dollars on it?
Because people they're not thinking. There's no sense to it.
No, and that's why we call it 2 cents on nonsense.
It's
also,
they just acting on emotion.
Well, and also because the thing is that, look, if you don't like the sequel trilogy, that's fine. But like, these guys are literally still making videos about the Force, or about the Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker, and it's like, the Rise of Skywalker is 10 months ago. The Last Jedi is 2.5, almost 3 years ago now. Mm-hmm. It's almost 3 years ago now, right? We got the Mandalorian. We got other positive stuff that people are enjoying. Why stay angry at something that's been so long ago in the past? Look at the way that the prequels all of a sudden have had this resurgence, and all of a sudden people are seeing them in a different light, and people hated the prequels. People have kind of tried to rewrite history on the prequel. They have tried to rewrite history on the prequels. The prequel and the response of the fans is why George Lucas sold it to begin with.
Exactly. And now that you've had your sequel trilogy, now these fans are saying, "Oh, well, George Lucas needs to take over. He should have been able to make those movies." But last time he did, he caused so much hell for the prequel trilogy.
And I love
back
George
on it now,
Lucas.
it's a lot better.
Yeah,
I love George Lucas.
I love
I'm sure we all do. Yeah.
Well, but then there was that whole story that and then it was all over the different news outlets. Well, that George Lucas was secretly directing his own cut of Rise of Skywalker.
God.
Like, here's JJ, and then sitting right next to him is Lucas, and they're both directing scenes and everything like that. And Lucas.
But Mike Zero said when the trailer came out, because Mike Zero had detailed the scenes that George Lucas was doing, and then none of those scenes were in the trailer like he reported they were going to be. And then he's like, well, because at the last second they decided to take him out of there because they didn't want to give away the fact that it was George Lucas, because it was so different from what JJ was doing. And I do want to address Abu Nas. First of all, what's up, Abu? I got a spot for you because I did this lies tune, and I'm doing a new one about being the leader of the Snyder cult, and I got a whole rap break for Abu Nas. Abu Nas, hit me up, man. We got to talk because I got a thing for you to do. But he's right. Yes. Like on the crack corner. I loved that, man. We showed that on the channel the other night, that like his own guy was like knocking him down on. You mean
this one right here?
The real Snyder Cut fans should be pissed. He finessed the freak out of y'all to get that check.
They should be awesome about it. This is good news.
Why should they be pissed?
Because he didn't have a cut. He made you believe he had a cut. Now he's gonna make a whole new movie for you. Get excited.
The whole entire movement was for the cut to come out, not this new shit.
Yeah, but they wanted the cut because they like Zack Snyder shit.
No, you're adding layers.
Oh, I thought they liked this shit. That's why they wanted his cut.
The movement was only to do one thing: release the cut.
Yeah, I know, and they wanted the cut because it's Zack Snyder's cut. That's what I thought.
Sure,
but now this is you're gonna get a Zack Snyder.
But this is a whole new
revised, beautiful shit. More shit from your boy.
That's a whole new movie, though. This is not the cut.
So if he wanted to do Looney Tunes characters, support that too.
What do you mean, Looney? That's completely different.
If Zack Snyder changed it up, it says I want to make it animated.
If Zack Snyder had, I don't know why we're going through this. I would be excited if I was a Zack Snyder fan and I wanted to see the movie, and he's adding more to the movie because I know he's going to add his little flavor, and I love his flavor.
The purpose of the Snyder Cut was because they wanted to do. They believe Warner Brothers did Zack Snyder wrong by not allowing him to complete his vision.
Yeah, and now he's going to
complete his vision.
He's going to more than complete that. She's going to add to that shit.
You don't see how that's wrong?
I see how you can
hundreds of thousands of dollars and a whole bunch of they did a suicide prevention charity was backed behind this. A lot of man hours was invested with this shit, bro.
That's why he's giving him a little. That's why he's giving him a little more than just a cut, I believe. That's more than just a cut, nigga. That's some new shit.
It's bigger than this.
So get excited. How long was it gonna run time? 2 hours, 3 hours now, niggas. Get excited.
What you saying is foul though.
Why? You're getting more than what you bargained for.
This is a movie.
That's
bro.
not what was bargained for.
It's a straight.
I know you're getting more than what you're bargaining for.
Straight new movie.
that's not the original vision that he had.
All right, man. I wouldn't be upset. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you're blowing me away.
Why? Give me more. What the fuck?
If I wanted Richard Donner.
It's party time. Whip it.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
See, but that's
his
the thing.
own friend is like shooting him down. I mean, like, what the fuck? He goes,
because he's just trying to jump on that hole because, checkmark Twitter is all about like, oh, they could use that money to make more artsy movies. Nobody wants to see an artsy movie. We want to see the flipping Justice League, okay? And it's not new stuff. There's some new things. It's additional footage to finish the movie that he never got to. How many scenes did he not film in completion because he also had to try and rework some of the crap that Johns and other people were putting in there? I mean, so it just, I feel dirty now.
that was, and we watched it last night, Enosh. Remember you put that up there, like, that is the epitome of somebody trying so hard not to swallow that L. Like, it's already in his mouth, and like he's just trying to spit it. It's there. The L, he just the excuses he was making are so.
And you know what's great about that too? You know what's great about that too is that Jody's mic isn't on. If you listen to that, he's being picked up by the room, but the other two guys are actually on their mic, but his mic is being picked up in the room. Like his mic isn't picking up. He's being picked up by another mic in the room.
You got to play Nickatina, man. You got to let me hear Salacious, man. Let me.
You want some Salacious? Here you go.
Yeah, man. Let me get that.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
Or I could give him a little Tony from Vancouver.
Tony's my man. Tony is my man. I'll tell you what, man. Tony is. Tony
it's funny because like when that video came out, I saw it and it's obviously he didn't know that his friend was going to say that, but he had no real credible response
because
and then he's like,
but it's bad.
They raise a lot of money for suicide prevention. And also it's like, so now you're supporting this movement, like you're talking about its positives. Like, what are you talking about right now?
I love it. Rasha just sent me a video of her with a can of whipped cream too. So, cheers.
So she was telling the truth, and she said, "Oh, you're doing that as well."
Heck yeah, whippets, buddy. It's party time.
Marcy said it best right here. He got cornered. On his own show. Yeah. That was bad. That was bad.
When I used to watch him back in the day, and and I said it until when he had the super long rant about BVS, which if I don't like something, I don't know if I spend that long talking about it personally. But anyway, he had that video, and then so I kind of tapered off from him because after that it was just negative stuff after negative stuff, dude. It was everything was a rant. Everything was a rant. It was like I went and saw any kind of movie, any movie. And next thing you know, 2 hours after he saw it online, there's a 2-hour
Apparently he saw the Looney Tunes movie.
Yeah.
And he was like, Looney Tunes.
So, but anyway, that's the worst part when he's like, so what does Zack Snyder want to do with Looney Tunes? He's like, okay, he's like,
hey, I already said, man.
Why are we talking about this for? I
already said the best thing that could have happened on Crisis on Infinite Earth. I already said when they did Crisis on Infinite Earth, one of the funniest things that could have happened was if you would have all of a sudden heard, meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, and it was like the Super Friends animated version, or it went to like the Warner Brothers cartoons, the Looney Tunes, as Bugs Bunny as Superman, and all that stuff. Wouldn't that have been hilarious to put in Crisis on Infinite Earth? Because it's Infinite Earths. It's literally
Daffy Duck is Batman.
So why wouldn't you have an animated universe? I thought that would have been odd. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, and then it has something like that. But like, who cares? You know what I mean? But the thing is people ask me why I care about this, and it's just because what it's doing is what I noticed was people are watching this stuff.
Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toon Adventures, come and join the fun.
Actually, he's right. Green Lantern would be Daffy Duck. That's right.
But he was Bat Duck, wasn't he? He was Bat Duck.
Oh yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, he was Bat Duck. Yeah, but but my thing is, why do I care? It's because I see people who watch this stuff. I read some of the comments that are in there, and honestly, what he's doing is he's playing to people who are some are just young. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've also noticed that some have maybe some disabilities, some things like that. And then what happens is these people get their hopes up to see, because look, most of the stuff that Mike Zero talks about, I'm not against seeing in a Star Wars movie. Right? Like, I mean, when he was talking about Darth Plagueis being Snoke, dude, I was all on board with that because I loved the idea of Darth Plagueis like being the big bad of the whole thing. So I was fine with that. But it's like when you're lying and telling people that this is the truth, that this is what is happening, and somehow you have knowledge of this. And then what happened is that it built up an expectation. Folks, it built up an expectation. So when the movies came out and those things didn't happen, people were even more angry at Star Wars than they even needed to be, because it just didn't happen the way that they wanted it to happen. Then,
like, I was promised this, I was promised that,
because they felt that it was true, and that like somehow Disney had lied to them, that it was Disney that lied to them.
No,
that it
Kathleen Kennedy lied to them.
Oh, and Kathleen Kennedy. Look, I understand people have their issues with Kathleen Kennedy, and I get it. But like when Doomcock comes out and says that like Kathleen Kennedy is going to be fired any day, it's been 3 years that he's been saying this. Right? You know what I mean? Like seriously.
And that's he's probably hoping she doesn't get fired so that he can keep going on with that narrative.
The thing is, these people don't understand how movies work. Mike Zero and Doomcock don't understand how movies work because or how companies work, because like Mike Zero, for example, he keeps talking about Bob Chapek, right? Because Bob Chapek was put in as CEO of Disney, right? The CEO of Disney is not overseeing the day-to-day operations of Star Wars movies.
No.
He is not coming up with like Mike Zero literally says that Bob Chapek is coming up with ideas for Star Wars movies.
Bob Chapek doesn't know.
First of all, Bob Chapek as the CEO of Disney wouldn't be doing that. That's why you have a president of Lucasfilm to work with the story groups, and it's the story groups that then come out with that stuff and present it. But here's the other thing. Bob Chapek doesn't even have any power right now because Bob Iger came back and basically put Bob Chapek to the side because they needed a new plan. So they brought back Bob Iger to see them through the pandemic. So Bob Chapek ain't sitting around doing nothing but collecting a check. He's not working with Bob Iger and Dave Filoni to figure out what the next Star Wars trilogy is going to be. But according to Mike Zero, that's exactly what Bob Chapek is doing.
This is insane.
Well, and Doomcock does the exact same thing. Doomcock, goes on and this is what they all say. They all say that Kathleen Kennedy is completely responsible for every negative thing that has ever happened in Star Wars. Every movie that they didn't like, it's Kathleen Kennedy's fault because Kathleen Kennedy pressed it. They say all this stuff that about feminism and social justice and all that stuff, right? SJWs and all that stuff. So they say all that stuff, and that's all Kathleen Kennedy's fault. But then you know what? Oh, we love the Mandalorian. Kathleen Kennedy has nothing to do with the Mandalorian.
Oh yeah.
She has no power. She has no power whatsoever. She's not even allowed on set because Favreau won't let her on the set. That's bullcrap. You can't tell me that the director of the show doesn't allow the president of the freaking company.
You're not allowed on my set. Get off my set.
This is what I've been trying to tell people. Look, you don't
sign
have
the
to like
paychecks and get out of here. Okay.
You don't have to like Kathleen Kennedy. You can hate Kathleen Kennedy. It doesn't matter. But here's the thing. You can't split it up. You can't say that everything is her fault, but none of the good stuff has anything to do with her, because it's one or the other. It's either she has power over everything or she has no power at all. And here's the thing. Companies do not keep presidents around for years just as stale things. They fire them. They collectively figure out interesting ways.
I don't know.
No, they figure out.
He's got it right. Mostly it's her fault.
How? But see, here's the thing. How is it all her fault? It's not.
She's one. It's all her fault. But
she's not the only producer, the only writer,
she's not.
the only actor, the only director.
She's not a producer.
The president of Lucasfilm, she did, in my opinion, she didn't do a good enough job making sure that the stories were cohesive, the stories made sense, and that these movies were done the way they should have been done.
That's fine. But here's the thing. She's one person. And if you say that, and I look, I can accept that all day long.
So you said for Kathleen Kennedy.
I can no, I can accept. Listen, I look personally. If you ask me personally, I don't look because I like the sequel trilogy. I don't think that it's the train wreck that people make it out to be. I actually enjoy it. I mean, the Rise of Skywalker has a lot of issues in it that I was actually really ticked off when I walked out of. But I've made it very clear and had conversations even with Abu Nas, and we've been on the same stream before when I was on 4 Nerds. And I think he heard me in my passion about it, that it's not about, a bunch of stupidity for me or just arguing with people or trying to convince people that they're wrong and I'm right. But it's just, I like that movie. That movie is it makes sense to me. And I get it that it may not make sense to everybody. Okay. But here's what I'm saying is, if you have problems with Kathleen Kennedy and you blame her for what you don't like in Star Wars, then you have to accept the fact that she is also responsible for the things that you do like about Disney Star Wars, because she's the president of the company. And that's all I would say about that. She's president of the company for for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
And so that's but the thing is when you have somebody like that,
jumps in. Solo's fantastic.
Yeah.
Screw the haters.
There you go. But the thing is, like I said, you can't have, if Disney wanted to fire her, they would get creative and find a way to let her out of her contract or let her go on to do something else. They're not going to sit there for 3 years and be like, because Mike Zero says that she has absolutely no power. She's only being allowed to work on this new show that we know nothing about. Literally, there's been nothing about that's being produced
that only women write for.
That only women write for, and it's the only thing that she's allowed
and
to
only
even
Brie
do.
Larson's going to star in it. And
yeah, and we're going to get into that here in just a minute when we jump in here. But yeah, it's just it's just a bunch of nonsense is what it is. And unfortunately, it gets people riled up. It gets people thinking a certain way, and it gets people's expectations up. And then when they don't get what they wanted, it's understandable that they're pissed off.
Well, yeah, exactly. And guys, if you haven't done so already, I mean, check out Mandalorian season 2. It's been so good, so good. It's only been 1 episode, but they're doing a great job with it. And I'm gonna have the Mandalorian season 2 watch party that'll be on every Thursday night at midnight going into Friday when the show becomes available on Disney Plus, and we're gonna stream it live here on the Nickatina show. And Brian Master of None will be there as well, and Enosh now is Boba Fett.
Yes.
And everybody in the chat, hit that like button. There's like 30-something people in here.
Are you Boba Fett or are you the Marshal?
Oh yeah, are you the Marshal? Yeah,
I mean,
smash the like button, everybody. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Yes.
And you guys, thank you so much for being here. Everyone here in the chat, this has been great. So, when you saw the Marshal, now, guys, if you haven't seen Mandalorian season 2, episode 1, then earmuffs, because I'm going to talk about it a little bit here. When you first saw the
We're
Marshal,
losing viewers. We're losing viewers.
We're losing viewers. Phobic. When you first saw the Marshal,
yeah.
I felt like.
Are you all right?
Well, he just it made Timothy Oliphant look very skinny.
It did that? Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, is he well?
I was like, I thought how Boba Fett looked.
Yeah, well, when I saw him walk
Boba Fett must have been jacked.
I thought is there a teenage boy under that armor? What's going on?
Yeah, he was like and
I thought he looked tall and skinny. I thought it might have been Dawson, as tall and skinny as he was.
He pulls off the helmet. There's a Nimwa hat there. Hey,
here's Ryan. Kathy Kennedy's days are numbered. Yeah, and they always say that in those. But
because her contract is up. Look, because here's the thing: once her contract is done, and she does, because I believe even enjoying the sequels, I believe that Kathleen Kennedy.
Andy's voice.
I believe at this point, Kathleen Kennedy is bad for Star Wars. Not necessarily for the same reasons everybody else does, but because people feel
How did you know?
because people feel so strongly about it, about her, I feel that it'd be a good thing for her to be able to finish her tenure, step aside, let somebody else come in and do the job, right? But here's the thing. her contract's just going to run out. They're not going to fire her because if they were going to fire her, they would have done it by now. And so when her contract runs out, you know what they're going to run to and say? You're going to see all these videos by Doomcock and Mike Zero says, see, we told you that her days were numbered. We told you that they wanted to get rid of her. They're not going to.
If they wanted to, they would have done so already.
Her contract ran out, but they didn't renew her contract. And it's going to be this, this other whole thing,
But now the way that guys like Mike Zero put together their thumbnails and their descriptions, he does it in a certain way. Is that right?
Oh dear God, yes.
So let's take a look at that. And Enosh, I'm going to give you you the con, and you're gonna
thank you.
You're gonna run this a little bit. Here we go.
Okay, so if you look down here at like this one for example, this video, it says Brie Larson wants to quit from Star Wars.
If you hold down Control, hit plus.
Okay, Control plus.
Yeah. And if you keep doing that, it gets bigger and bigger.
Okay. Hey, now.
There we go.
Okay. Is that better? Is
it gets bigger and bigger.
Do you want it bigger? You want it bigger even? There we go. Okay. There you go. Is that big enough?
Now wait. Enosh, before you dive into this, let's introduce one of our good friends of the show. You know him on his channel, Fett.
No.
He is a common troll amongst us, a good friend of ours. We adore him.
We're not going to get not going to get another word in edgewise. I thought this was our show.
Here he is.
Kathleen Kennedy, her days are numbered. Mark my words, 2021 we'll see the end of
I'm sure it will. I'm sure we'll have the contract up.
They're like,
we're losing viewers. Quick, talk about Godzilla.
Barcelona's like,
well, hold on. Let me pull up something here.
Why do you sound like a sniveling?
Oh, I know what he's doing. Already.
Oh man.
Oh, well, he had to go anyways.
All right.
That's what you get for that bad Take Ryan shit.
It's the best part of the Four Nerds. It really is.
The purple land.
I am the best part of the Four Nerds. You are correct.
Enosh,
Thank you,
man.
Dawson.
Show us the clip you wanted to show us, Enosh.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you guys some of these clips, and then we're gonna actually you got to put it back up. There we go. So then we're gonna show you. So we're gonna show you kind of what we're talking about. So you got this one over here on the right that says Brie Larson wants to quit from Star Wars. This is huge. Then it's Disney fired Brie Larson from Star Wars project, right? But then you go up here. And okay, of course, you see this, Mace Windu's, episode, but it's got
nice.
It's got Michael B. Jordan there.
Why?
No reason. No reason.
That's the only black actor that Mike Zero knows besides Sam Jackson.
So
Sam Jackson.
So remember, we just saw that Brie Larson wanted to quit, and then she was fired. But this one, a couple days later, says Brie Larson meltdown with Star Wars fans. And then you come up. We're going to actually watch this one about how Jon Favreau just restarted the sequel trilogy.
Jesus, look at the views, dude.
I know.
Look
it's
at the
14K, 27K.
27,000 views on.
Because look at how he's using words like unreal, huge, leaked.
It's going to be huge.
Yep, the truth. He's
ready
now. He uses now. Look, somebody I'm not going to say their name because I don't know if they really want me to share this. But I've had somebody talk to me about this, given the fact that I'm in this space and I've been doing this stuff, right? And so the thing is that they told me that they did a comprehensive look at what he's doing, matching it against Google, and he knows when to post, he knows what to post, he knows what to title it. That's why this stuff doesn't make Darth Vader TV series leak just happened. Get ready. For what? ... Jon Favreau hates the sequel trilogy, The Truth. Now, but remember also, Brie Larson, remember she now,
Jon Favreau's picture too.
Now, mind you,
that's the thing. That's the only thing about Mike Zero is actually good. Is his thumbnails?
Oh yes, thumbnails are great.
Very good. Thumbnails are on fire.
Remember this.
Look at Brie Larson holding two sabers.
I know.
Remember this.
It's so unnecessary, but it's like, yeah, why not?
George Lucas, or excuse me, George Lucas, first of all, is not coming back. But second of all, Brie Larson has never been signed on to a Star Wars project.
No, it's never been reported, but I mean, it's been noted that she's in Star Wars, though.
Oh yeah, but according to Mike Zero, she is, and according to Doomcock, she is. But now, mind you, remember, she wanted to quit. She was fired. But now Brie Larson is furious with Kathleen Kennedy now because things weren't. Because if you look at this video fully, it says actually that she's upset because they're not getting along with the project that she's on. Now hold on a second. I thought she was fired. Right? So if she's fired, how is it that she's mad at Kathleen Kennedy because they're disagreeing about stuff about the project that she's on, the Star Wars project that she's on? That doesn't make any sense.
Badass.
Okay, so the thing is yes, some of this is really funny and like it's funny to
one more. Up. Oh, okay, now one more. He's holding two sabers too.
Oh yeah,
he
is.
It's the same thing over and over and over again. He reuses. He also reuses.
Figured out.
Here's another one. Here's another one.
The Emperor.
So here's another one.
That's
Disney fired Brie Larson from Star Wars. That was before that even. And then it's Brie Larson Star Wars leak is a train wreck. Everything's a train wreck. He uses that. George Lucas is writing new trilogy. This is huge.
Hayden Christensen firing what?
Hayden Christensen firing with Star Wars because he reported that they were coming back. Disney CEO cancels Star Wars movies. Kathleen Kennedy just exposed Disney Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy just insulted George Lucas. Brie Larson just blames Star Wars fans. Get ready. Get ready for what? Brie Larson just blames Star Wars fans. It's always insane. Get ready now. Okay. Keanu Reeves is being overused like way too much in all these things because he's got Keanu Reeves is going to be in the sequel.
He's got the Jedi beard.
Yeah. But just it's all this stuff. It's all this stuff. So
he used to have like a big thing. He had a lot of hair at one point, a long time ago, right? He had long hair and it was really bushy. No,
with what?
Mike Zero.
Oh, it was
Mike Zero kind of resembles Keanu. I think that's who he wants to be.
Is that what his mom says? You look like that young man.
No, that's what his girlfriend says.
What is Mike Zero smoking?
Kathleen
Ryan
Kennedy.
Reynolds holding two lightsabers, but they have to be green. They both have to be green. If he's holding two, then that means that he's in Justice League Part 1 and 2.
Well, that's today. Grace, made a statement about, he might be in the Flash movie if he's not in Justice League or the Flash.
Yeah, she did kind of change her thing because that's what I was saying for the longest time. I was like, Ryan Reynolds, it only makes sense in a Flash movie, because of Michael Keaton and because they're opening up the the different worlds or whatever. But yeah, so no. Nobody was taking me or that narrative seriously, and now she's going to start saying that shit. It's like,
that's like the third time I've seen Lucasfilm cancel Star Wars movies. Yo, like
Mark Hamill just wrecked Lucasfilm. Here's the thing: it's like when
he goes for that shock value.
Good, Dawson. I see you there.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Disney CEO is restarting the sequel trilogy. New details. George Lucas fired Brie Larson from Star Wars. Now, hold on. This was 1 month ago. Right. But they just said that he just said that she just got fired this week. But this was a month ago she was fired because George Lucas fired her.
You don't know how contracts work. They're very fickle.
As long as you have a few weeks open, you can even show up and shoot some scenes and be a part of a trilogy. It doesn't matter.
You remember the Kathleen Kennedy fired a Star Wars director? Well, now George Lucas fired a Star Wars director.
How could he fire a Star Wars director?
So, Enosh, I have a bone. I have a bone to pick with Enosh.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You exposed me for being on the Mandalorian. What the heck, man? That's messed up. I was keeping that a secret so well. Now everyone knows.
What I find very funny is all the red marks underneath the videos, completed view that I've been seeing. So somebody's been watching the whole video.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, because
But wait. What constitutes a view? I mean, how long does it take for one view to count?
I don't know.
And that's a good question because I know that Rosh brought up earlier that where is it? If I can find it.
Well, there's
she says,
views and watch time.
Well, she says clickbait. It's not a true view. People click, watch a bit, and then move on. And it's true. I mean, that is what happens. But I wonder how long you have to be on a video for it to count as a view, or if it doesn't matter at all, as long as you click on it.
So
obviously, you can't do it yourself.
Yeah. Here's some stuff that, well, see, the reason why I've got some of these watch things on here is because I started doing these Mark Uno things, and you know, it's just it's a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, and I almost want to show you one of these because
let's do it.
Okay, let's see.
I got all the time in the world. I have no restrictions. I'm not like Anthony, where he has to be in bed at a certain time, or otherwise his wife gets mad.
He's in the tent for the foreseeable future, so he has all the time in the world.
He's in his studio. Look at it, he's already cut off.
Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, is set to release just 1 week from today.
Now I gotta make it smaller again. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you gotta zoom out.
Reduce its size.
I do want to point out something. Whoops, it won't.
Oh man! Come on, Max. Wait,
Max.
Wait, was it like this? Like this? Wait, that's not it. What's going on?
This is what happens when you open too many windows.
So one of the things about Mike Zero that he changed actually once I started doing this stuff on him, he used to do this thing where he only lit up one side of his face.
Yeah.
He changed that.
Yep.
I mean, the guy had like 200,000 subscribers and he only lit up one side of his face. It was like he couldn't buy another light. And then he's got this poster behind him. He's got this dartboard, whatever. And so I started doing this. And so he has actually changed it up since I've been doing these. But then also all of his videos started off like really super loud. Like it was like he was blowing the levels on his on his mic. And so I started doing that. And it's funny because no matter how like crappy I try to make these videos, I still get comments on them saying they're not crappy enough. like I will purposely like make sure that the green screen isn't really that good or like all this stuff, and people are like, you're still not bad enough, Enosh. You still need to like do better. So I don't know. So this one was a fun one. Angry Marco. Well, this is when he started. You know what? No, hold on, I got a better one. I'm sorry. Because these all like are so funny to me now that it's like I've got just a lot of time into them, and so I'm gonna show you the secret director here. Bad news. Secret director revealed.
Was that a bald Ariana Grande?
Yes, it was.
Well, good for her.
Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, over 30 days away from its theatrical release. Written and directed by J.J. Abrams, Disney, Lucasfilm, Carrot Top, Ariana Grande, George, and of course, Chris Terrio.
Oh, God.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel for future made-up and completely fake Star Wars.
So here's another thing. When all this was going on, it was almost like Mike had a love affair with Chris Terrio.
Yeah,
because Chris Terrio was always like painted in a positive light no matter what, even though Chris Terrio wrote the movies that apparently now he hates. Like, it was so funny. So I made up this like fake, just kind of like man crush that Mark Uno has with Chris Terrio now. And so like it's a running theme throughout the whole
Star Wars
thing.
content. Now, over the last couple of weeks, we've gotten a better picture of just how this movie is shaping up from some of the set leaks and the storyboards available. And, you know, these are super top secret storyboards and set leaks, etc. that no one has ever heard or seen besides me. And that's because, you see, in my mind, or at least from my point of view,
this is the way he talks.
And from my, well, what you may call my perspective of things that are related to Star Wars and, you know, stuff that I think about all these things that are connected by Star Wars, etc., by JJ and crew and even George Lucas and such, along with special appearances by Lil Jon, Chance the Rapper, Taylor Swift, who was brought in last minute as an attempt to solidify that young, empowered SJW young girl demo. And of course, Chris Terrio, etc. And brought to you by the letter K, as when you say okay to someone in a text when you're trying to be sarcastic.
Sure, Mark, but can you use that in a sentence so we understand?
Yeah, like someone says, that Mike Zero, I mean, that Mark Uno guy is totally always correct with his predictions and never makes stuff up for clicks and views. And then you would answer, okay. Yeah, so that was a long way to get to the point that I totally really believe and think that I'm a chosen vessel and actually some kind of ancient supernatural oracle of hot garbage news, like the trash heap from Fraggle Rock. So as you all know, for the last few years, I've been reporting total rubbish. I mean, real. Yeah, sorry, guys, I get those two words mixed up sometimes. Anyways, totally real stories about the rise of Skywalker and how both Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker would be making appearances in these movies.
Two sabers.
Always dual wielding.
And yeah, coming back from the dead to play a huge role in the movie. And I've even reported at different times that both Anakin and or Luke would be the one to beat Emperor Palpatine in the end at some point in the movie. Well, I just realized this morning while I was waiting for my mom to get me a bowl of cereal that with the rise of Skywalker being just about a month away, I really better start getting creative in the way that I start, backing away from my predictions so that when they're not real and don't come to pass, people won't be able to blame me, and I've been thinking of ways to try to make it look like it's all Disney and Lucasfilm's fault for not having everything in the movie that I have claimed would be in the movie these last few years. That is why I'm reporting the fact that Disney and Lucasfilm, along with Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, George Lucas himself, and of course, the secret director that nobody knows about, Tim Burton.
Oh, God.
And cut about 75% to 100%.
You ever watch a Star Wars movie, Rosemary?
The live action Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker, and are basically cutting their roles completely out of the film, at least in how I've reported them over the last 2 years, in which I am just now and in the last few weeks leading up to the movie backtracking on all this.
It was a real one.
This, of course, is to make room for Tim Burton's characters to be introduced into the movie. As I've reported before, J.J. Abrams is looking to bring in all sorts of different characters from different TV shows, movies, cartoons, and genres to really fill out the cast and make it a satisfying ending for all of the fans of Star Wars Episode 9 to really satisfy them. And by doing this, to satisfy everyone, because that's really what he wants to do is to nail this landing and to satisfy everybody with a satisfying ending that is satisfying.
Satisfaction.
So this will introduce a lot of Tim Burton's characters.
This is how he talks.
Over time.
You'll see it when we go.
Including Edward Scissorhands,
Oh.
Batman from 1989's Batman, and of course Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
What the hell?
A secret ending has been planned, and it has now been revealed that we will for the first time see realized on screen Tim Burton's version of Superman, played by Nicolas Cage himself. Now, this has been something that has been kept under wraps for quite a long time, because if you all remember, Nicolas Cage was meant to star in a movie by Tim Burton called Superman Lives.
Thank you, Rosemary.
A part of that movie was actually written by Kevin Smith.
Bye, Rosemary.
This is why in the early reports, Kevin Smith was reported to have actually cried when he saw the ending of Star Wars Episode 9.
But in fact, he cries about everything.
You see, it's all starting to make
Couldn't
sense.
have been that all the weed.
I mean, it's not good sense, but it's some kind of sense, right? I mean, you guys are kind of catching a little bit of this. Anyways, this is very devastating for both fans of Hayden Christensen and Mark Hamill.
Oh, my God.
And I wanted you all to know this so that when you go see the movie and you're disappointed that their roles are not bigger, like I've told you over and over and over again, as many thousands of you for some reason are subscribed to me and keep watching my videos and put me in this position that I have to keep up this charade. And I just wish that somebody would just
leave
me alone so that I could just
Max.
be myself again. Oh God. What have I become? I'm a fake and a phony, and you all know it. How can I go on like this, Mom? Okay, so look, I'm just hoping that you don't get mad at me, but that somehow you'll get mad at Disney and Lucasfilm, because that way I can make new videos about future Star Wars movies that you'll still come back for and see and watch more of my videos long after Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Written and directed by J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, George Lucas himself, and of course, I don't know, insert whatever name you want here. It's just really important for me to be able to continue my complete rubbish. Sorry, again, I meant to completely say real videos. I get those two mixed up. But I need to be able to make my videos going forward because, like I said in my previous videos, money. So there you go, guys. The latest is that all the stuff I've reported was completely true and really was happening. But it was all cut from the movie and rewritten with less than 2 months to go because, you know, movies completely do that stuff nowadays and they do it all the time. So just trust me on this one. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you did think of all this in the comments. And if you did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
I've even got the song at the end.
Is that what he uses?
And this is all me recreating the song.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Future Star Wars content.
Star Wars news upon the fly. I am the one who knows it is.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm the only one. I'm getting clicks and views, and I can say when it's all done, I'm laughing all the way to the bank with my money, son.
See you later, geeks.
Later, geeks.
So that's just, if you go to the Poindexter Lounge and you look up, there's a playlist, Mark Uno. There's just a ton of these that are on there that are just, yeah, we've been doing them for a while, and they're just a lot of fun to make, and people seem to really enjoy them, and you know, just keep saying, hey, you know what, keep doing them. We really like them, and so I'm going to keep doing them. I just did the one where Mike Zero's on Shark Tank that a lot of people saw, where it's, you know, yeah.
Guys, we're talking to Enosh and Johnny Pop, hosts of 2 Cents of Nonsense on the Poindexter Lounge channel.
Yep.
And we're joined by Ryan Zieverfett, and of course with our host ACS Universe. Guys, so now that we've seen we've seen Mark Uno now, which is a parody of Mike Zero. I mean,
that's how the idea started for 2 Cents on Nonsense. Really.
Okay. And then, but I think maybe we need to see something else, you know, maybe some actual Mark Zero content to believe in content.
Are you ready, Johnny?
Let's say it right.
I'm always ready for my buddy.
What's up, Samir?
Oh, let's go.
Hey, Samir.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about some Mike Zero tonight. We're going to talk about that on here on some 2 Cents on Nonsense. And tonight it's Jon Favreau just restarted the sequel trilogy because, you know, we all know that, you know, after making 3 movies and spending billions of dollars, the first thing that you want to do is 10 months later talk about restarting the entire thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like he's knee deep in pre-production for season 3 of Mandalorian or anything.
Nah. It's not like he's got his plate full on anything else. So let's check in. Let's check in what Jon Favreau is all about here. There we go.
Make sure you like and subscribe for future Star Wars content.
Now, Johnny, do you think that you know, he's oh, you know, we didn't even get into this. He's got the exact same beginning to every video now.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying what he says is, you know, this is an intriguing time for Star Wars, and he starts listing this new stuff because he used to just list all the people affiliated with it, but now he repeats the same thing, and I can actually show you this here in a second after we get done with this one. But it's so funny because it's all the same thing.
He'll say the date that the video was made and posted, and then he'll talk about all the different ways that Star Wars is published. So just
there we go.
Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also, let's not forget about their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars TV shows to arrive on Disney Plus by Disney and Lucas.
Look at that gaze. And I love the fact.
Eyes.
And look,
Soulless eyes.
They're black. They're just black and soul. Now, what I love is Johnny, since you and I have been doing this, and since I started doing the Mark Uno stuff, he got a couple of lights for the background.
Yes,
he made my job a little harder because now I had to get a couple of add a couple little things to the backdrop when I do the Mark Uno videos because he's got red and blue, and then also he found another light to light up the other side of his face.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He's still got that stripe of darkness down there.
Right down the middle.
That's after he reaches another milestone. Then he can buy another light to finish it off.
His girlfriend takes all that ad money. He can't reinvest it into the channel.
Well, his mom, has a pretty good investment.
I had to reimburse my mom
Pockets.
pizza rolls.
Yeah, Hot Pockets that are in the
you
freezer.
don't need Hot Pockets down there, Johnny.
Yeah, what you don't realize is there's a deep freezer like right to the left of him there, where that's just filled with Hot Pockets because he just loves Hot Pockets. So
thank you for the content.
Yes. Here we go.
Biger, Bob
Watch his
Chapek,
hands.
you name it.
Bob Chapek, you name it. It now I love it because that's his exact intro now for everything. Is he lists all these different things and then it's Bob Chapek, you name it, all these people.
This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, as of right now, we do know that George Lucas, Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni are really
those little ear scratch you got.
Yeah, see, like we do know that they are all. Yeah, so he acts like everybody knows this. Like those three are working on something.
Hey,
right?
Johnny, do you think that little ear scratch was just a little thing to us to say, like, hey, I know. Wait a second, Johnny.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Did he just shed his pants?
Johnny, did we not a couple episodes ago say if we were watching for him to scratch his ear?
During to scratch his ear, we did.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Johnny.
You think he did it on purpose?
It's confirmed. We did. We told him to do something like that.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
No, because since we started doing this, both him and Doomcock have kept like making a point of saying that this is their 2 cents. I'm giving my 2 cents. Both of them have started doing this, and Johnny, I just realized that
we did that.
Does he not normally touch his ears?
No.
You guys know him that well. You're like, no.
That's why I was going like that because it was like really pronounced.
He did it like at the camera too.
Yes, he did at the very beginning, Johnny.
Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, as of right now, we do know that George Lucas, Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni are really all working together as a team to deliver as
Johnny.
Keep going. Let's see if he touches it again.
Much authentic Star Wars material as possible. That's exactly what they want to do for the fans, is that they really want to give them a lot of satisfaction when it comes to Star Wars.
Yeah.
We've seen that.
They want to give them a lot of satisfaction. They want to give them a lot of satisfaction so that they're satisfied with a satisfactory
No, you're going to have to incorporate transitions like that.
We want that part again.
Oh my gosh.
Fans walked away with the sequel trilogy and how a lot of fans were very unhappy with the way things were going. And, can we really blame the Star Wars fans? I mean, they really do all have the right to do so because Disney and Lucasfilm went against the Star Wars fans. They went against Star Wars fandom and what they wanted to see on the big screen. So when we go ahead and take a look at what's been going on with Lucasfilm, we do know that Disney has been making major changes at Lucasfilm. In fact, I don't know if you guys heard, but Lucasfilm was relocating.
I love this part. I love this part. Check. Okay, listen very closely to what he's about to say here. I don't know if you guys heard, but Disney is relocating, right? So check this out.
Relocating and going all the way over to Burbank. This has been in the works for a number of years now, and it's finally now going to get established. They're moving their headquarters over to Burbank, and I think that's going to be a very interesting move because they're obviously trying to get it closer to where Disney is. So
then there's glowing Mark Hamill Force Ghost for no reason.
But Johnny, why does it matter that they move to Burbank just to be closer to where Disney is?
That's where Bob Chapek is.
But
like we need to get closer to him.
we need our buildings to touch.
I need to be able to look outside and see his office.
I need to be able to see Bob Chapek over there directing and making sure to write new Star Wars films for us.
Exactly.
It's Burt Bank. I love Max. There's this Burt Bank.
Yes,
we're going to
we're going to Burt Bank.
We're gonna go there, man. We're gonna get there, and then George Lucas and everybody will be able to get there closer. So,
But with that being said, of course, beyond all of this, when we look at Disney Plus as a streaming service, right?
Because that's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
what else?
I guess you could look at Disney Plus as something else, but then you'd be wrong because it is a streaming service. I mean, you could look at it as a restaurant, but it's not.
It's not like it's you
could look at Disney Plus as a can of whipped cream.
You're not going to Disney Plus me.
Oh, we could look at Ryan Zieverfett as we could look at Disney Plus as a Ryan Zieverfett, whatever a Zieverfett is. Perfect. Okay, here we go.
They are really banking on this because
they're Burt banking on it.
Yeah,
they believe that television is going to be the future, and it's going to be a big side profit against the actual Star Wars movies themselves. Of course, we have a little hiatus until when we're going to see more Star Wars movies, but in the meantime, they're focusing more on Star Wars television. Now, with that being said,
he just said the same thing 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's slightly different way.
He still hasn't reported any news.
No, they want to do TV because TV can make them money, and while they're doing TV, they're going to make money so that they can make TV projects that will be more profitable, which will bring in more money. Then, in turn, because they believe that TV will make them more money.
I think he's working his way up to try to be a politician, where he can say a lot of shit in different ways.
See, this is
still the same.
It's all part of the grift, though, right? It's all part of the grift. It's because he's just saying enough to keep you hooked and like, okay, yep, yeah, Star Wars, yep.
Steven force field his gluten levels. What's up, Fat Steven beats up Ryan Johnson? Oh, he's back for beating up Ryan Johnson. I like that.
With the Rise of Skywalker now out of theaters, both Disney and Lucasfilm have been developing their new Star Wars universe for the fans around the world in order to create a better and brighter future for the franchise.
See, yeah,
now
because
it's explained.
They were against the fans, but now they're not against the fans.
No, because they changed. They that was it. They just wanted to get their hatred out on those 3 movies. They wanted to get their hatred out on those 3 movies, and now they love.
They're like, yeah, we paid billions for this, so let's hate.
Should
everybody.
we go ahead and do what the fans want? Is that no?
But why are we looking at Luke Skywalker as a Force ghost?
Because this crap makes no sense.
Like, why are we staring at this?
Because then when the victim, the person who's being grifted, is watching this, they're sitting there going, "Oh, is he going to talk about Luke? Like maybe that's what the new trilogy is about. Like Luke,
it's bait.
Yeah,
Luke is coming back. Luke is coming back. They're going to bring him back using the veil of the Force that was seen in Rebels, where you can go in there and you can keep Luke from dying. Then and you know, to answer Ryan's question, yes, we know that we should always make movies that are based upon just the wants of some fans and not actually let writers make their own stories. Because when I go to see a movie, I want to see exactly what was in my head instead of being told the story as I was my entire life with every other Star Wars movie that I watched, because that's how it should work.
That Jon Favreau, George Lucas, and Dave Filoni are all working together as a team in order to evolve the Star Wars brand into something new.
They're all working. I love
to evolve the brand into something new.
But it's going to be the old stuff.
It's the same thing, but it's like new. It's whatever, dude. I mean, seriously. Mike, tell us something new here, buddy.
But George Lucas is working on it with Favreau and with
Favreau.
with Dave Filoni.
That's how he says.
And it's always funny because they George Lucas is working on this. George Lucas, Brie Larson doesn't hate you. George Lucas hates you. Okay, like he's done.
Yeah,
he's had it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, what is he? He's living in Chicago now, isn't he? And he's got like a nonprofit organization that he's working with or whatever. He is not in Burbank.
No, well, he's
Yeah.
building that museum to film or whatever out
Yes.
there.
Oh my god!
But I don't think he's like personally overseeing that. But like he doesn't live at Skywalker Ranch anymore. He doesn't, I mean, this is
Yeah, he's got a new wife, new life. You know,
Yep. New wife, new life, man. That's what it's all
There you
about.
go.
And $4.5 billion.
Yeah.
Now, however, Disney CEO
Hey,
Bob
guys.
Chapek has been making major changes behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm.
Again.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he
organization.
blew up. He blew
Yeah.
up Luke Skywalker.
now we're doing a wipe into.
Yeah, but did you hear that though? Disney CEO Bob Chapek is making major changes over at Lucasfilm. That's what. See, you gotta.
Now, however, Disney CEO Bob Chapek has been making major changes behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm in order to make Star Wars the biggest success it can be.
Because before they all wanted it to suck.
Because they wanted it to suck first. Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to, it to be a complete failure before, but then like money.
I mean, well, they didn't want it to make money at first.
Yeah,
I mean, that was the
well,
whole
no,
thing.
what it
They're
was
like,
is that before they just weren't trying very hard.
No.
And now they're
Yeah,
gonna try harder.
They're gonna try their best. Well,
we could do better.
We can always do better. What do you say over there, Nickatina? We can do better.
We could
Well,
do better.
It
Oh,
really
yeah, yeah,
shows. It really shows. It really shows that they want to do better when they have the president or the CEO of Disney not being concerned with, I don't know, keeping the parks open, keeping them from like hemorrhaging billions of dollars right now because of the worldwide pandemic, having to deal with, the layoffs of 28,000 people.
Wait.
No, he's not worried about those things. He's worried about making a new Star Wars movie the best that it possibly can be himself personally.
because I'm sure
personally.
Chapek starts those meetings like, so I heard we
I wrote a new draft.
fans.
I wrote a new draft for Star Wars Episode 10, guys. I thought I'd bring it over here from Burbank.
What I mean, look at her lightsaber. I mean, that's her staff, right? That she turned into a lightsaber.
Well, it's the end of the staff.
I know,
not
but
her
it's like, why
lightsaber.
even do that? Like, why couldn't she just make her own lightsaber? I don't understand why they
She
had.
did.
I
She
know,
did.
but I just I don't know. I don't like how it was parts from the staff. Because that's what people said early on, like, oh, I think her staff's actually a lightsaber. You
But
know,
it wasn't.
It wasn't.
That's Darth Maul. That's on the end of Darth Maul's lightsaber right there.
Okay. Got it. Hey guys, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, so let's
So
continue
we
on
got
with
so Bob Chapek is driving over from Burbank with
Yes.
new script ideas every day
He's
to
got
present to
some new
Lucasfilm.
pages.
Is that Burbank, Michigan?
No,
Now, further, it's described that Lucasfilm, of course,
remember everything is it's described.
It's further described. It's
Yeah,
noted.
described.
It's noted. Where?
Yeah.
Where is
Yeah,
it
where?
described? I would, you know what? I would stop all of this if Mike could just tell me once where this is described.
Or where is it noted? Like,
Where is it noted?
Like somebody noted this down. Like, okay, I'm
Who said it?
gonna pin that right there.
Who said it?
Word. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude's got so many subscribers, it's ridiculous.
I know.
Yes,
It really
that's
is frustrating.
there's a lot of people who like tune into this crap.
because people are
literally-
sitting there going, okay, where's the drop? When do I?
Yep.
I bet it's kids. I
Kinda
bet
like
it's a
people
lot
that are
of
like-
kids.
I paid for my snake oil. When's it gonna start working?
Well, and I think a lot of it too is that when he's
Snake oil is
talking,
legit, though.
they're just
Snake oil is
staring
legit.
at the picture. You know what I mean? Like right now, like if you're watching this, some people are just staring at the picture and just like looking at Ray and looking at the lightsaber and like thinking to themselves like about nonsense, and he's just talking, and you're just like whatever. And if you notice, his voice never goes
Influxes.
up or down. It's always
It's
the
bland.
same pitch.
Yep.
It's always like
Monotone.
It's a monotone level,
Yeah.
so that you almost stop listening to him and you're just staring at a picture.
You're
Yeah,
just
because when it gets like it's kind of like a
mesmerized.
professor,
You're
right? When they
mesmerized.
start
Yeah,
being
well-
monitored, exactly. You get mesmerized. You just sort of like
And then
okay,
you'll
you
pick
know.
up like, oh, did he say Favreau? Like,
Yeah, did he? Yeah, oh Favreau, what?
George
floaty.
Favreau,
George
Somebody-
Lucas, Chris
somebody needs to-
Terrio.
Chris Terry.
Somebody needs to really revoke his YouTube card, man. Hardcore, because this is some trash.
I mean, I
Trash.
can't blame
Absolute trash.
Mike for coming up with all this trash. I blame the people that actually give him a platform, that give him clicks, views, listen to this
is why,
shit.
like
Because I
when we
mean,
started
if he was just spatting off crap, right? And people figured it out, they would quit listening to him, and he'd be like, I have to change what I'm doing. I can't. This isn't. I have to up my game. I have to change my platform. I have to talk about different things because this isn't working. Nobody cares. But that's not what's going on. People listen to this shit, and it is shit.
Well, he has changed it up a little bit because now he's gone to full. Yeah, he's got 2 lights, and he's gone full anger mode against Star Wars, and he's like included now.
That was because of Ryan
like
Johnson. I'm sorry. Ryan Johnson made fun of him, and ever since Ryan Johnson made fun of him in particular, he's been nothing. He has said nothing but like hateful shit about Ryan Johnson ever since. He took that shit to heart.
Well, I gotta. So just back off on that a little bit because he did not go full anger against Star Wars until November of last year, because he did it in a direct response to Geeks and Gamers and to the fandom menace, because people thought people thought that Mike was fully supportive of Star Wars because he had been relatively positive about Star Wars and his liking of Star Wars. That's why he put out a video that said that he had to come clean about the fact that he really hated it. And one night I did a Mark Uno video where I just did a live stream where I'm cutting up a cantaloupe and I'm just talking about how much I hate Star Wars. And it was just like the new angry Mark Uno, cuts a cantaloupe and talks about how he hates Star Wars. And that's just all I did for an hour was cut cantaloupe pieces up and talk about how I hated Star Wars. Because that's basically all he did was all of a sudden he changed his tune where he wasn't positive about Star Wars anymore, that nothing good was coming out of Star Wars. And that's when all of a sudden all this Kathleen Kennedy stuff happened where he hates Kathleen Kennedy. All of a sudden he hates Brie Larson because Brie Larson's a part of it, and he everything is like this negative thing because he realized that the negativity sells.
Exactly. So
he did change it up this last year.
Well, and we started doing this because when I was younger, I was obsessed with
right over your face too.
Well, when I was younger, I was obsessed with stuff like magicians, magic, that kind of stuff, sleight of hand. And I remember reading about how, Harry Houdini was the biggest of his time, if not one of the biggest ever, right? He made a point to go out. He got tired of seeing guys who said they had psychic powers and could communicate with the dead and could, they lied to people about having these real mystical abilities. And he went out of his way to prove that these people were frauds. And I feel like we're kind of doing the same way. I'm tired of being lumped into the same category as the people that support Doomcock and Mike Zero, because those aren't real fans. Those are just angry people. And they give all of us a bad name. And these guys are out there lying to you. They're grifting you. They're stealing your time and your money. And it's just stupid.
Well, look at Doomcock. When Doomcock goes live on his things, I mean, he's literally getting hundreds of dollars in super chats.
And that's why I can't blame
serious?
Mike. I can't blame Doomcock. I blame the people that are tuning in, opening up their wallets for something like this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they do.
If Fat Steven Seagal beat up Ryan Johnson, a magician did not take my hair. That's like stress and
Father Time took his hair.
My thyroid doesn't really cooperate with me, so I get things like baggage and no hair.
Let's go back to Rey Skywalker here.
Of course, that as of right now, creator Jon Favreau is restarting and resetting in many aspects of the rise of Skywalker and even The Last Jedi, and will play a large role in the development of the 4-hour cut of Episode 9 and the 3-hour cut of The Last Jedi that is still on track to arrive on Disney Plus sometime in 2023.
2023, they're gonna put out a 3-hour cut.
He's given himself 3 years.
Why would they do that? I mean, why would they do that? Why would they?
He's given himself 3 years now.
Snyder.
He's given himself 3 years now worth of being able to talk about this stuff now, because they have never announced that they're doing a 3-hour Last Jedi and a 4-hour Rise of Skywalker cut. It's going to be on Disney Plus.
They're done
anywhere.
They're not going to touch the trilogies anymore. They're just done.
Yeah, they're just
They're
done.
gonna move
They're
on.
going to
But it
move
gets better.
forward.
Cut will kill COVID.
COVID will
Why
kill
would it
us
be a
all
4-hour
before that
cut?
sees the light of day.
Why would
I
there
mean,
be a
that's-
longer cut of The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Is there another part of the story that they haven't told yet that's
Yeah,
going to
it's
make
all
it
the-
better?
Well,
Some stuff with Rose that they cut out, I guess. I don't
There's
It's Luke
another
walking around.
Skywalker.
It's Luke walking around the island. It's Luke walking around the island doing other mundane tasks like, taking a dump in the little hut. Then he's got to use the Force, to wipe his butt, but he doesn't use the Force anymore. So then he has to figure out how to get the toilet paper because the little caretakers have not stocked the toilet paper. And so then, he comes into these, moments when he has to connect with the Force again. And that's why, they were able to find him because, he has a bowel movement. And if they
zero cut,
it's the zero cut for sure.
There's a whole part in the second act they cut out where Luke talks for 40 minutes about blue milk. And
oh god! All right.
No, I need to know the difference between blue and green milk.
So let's go over this for a second here. Let's stop
Let's stop right here.
Let's review.
What Bob Chapek is essentially allowing the creators to do is that they are going to unveil new cuts of these films. He's inspired by what's going on with the Snyder Cut.
I knew it.
There it is.
Because JJ and Snyder are friends, and so that makes so much sense.
Why do you think Doomcock has also brought up the Snyder Cut? He doesn't even know it's the Snyder Cut. He's an idiot. He's that much of an idiot. He calls it the
Snyder Cut.
He says
Rod
Schneider cut because he's the fucking what is it? The commandant?
Commandant.
Yeah.
Commandant. Yeah.
That's why he
But,
says Schneider.
Yeah.
Schneider.
But yeah, so that's why they're both bringing this up because they're trying to hit the algorithm because right now Snyder Cut is huge. And so gotta say it.
We have seen of what's happening with the Snyder Cut and how it's going to be unveiled
Said it
on
twice.
HBO Max. Now,
HBO Max
is
HBO
like,
Max.
of course, HBO's version of Disney
HBO.
Plus. It's their new streaming service. It's going to have a lot of movies on there, TV shows, whatever have you.
I love when he's like, whatever have you.
Whatever have you.
Shut up, bitch. Well, then he takes like a super deep breath. He's like, whatever have you.
Whatever have you.
Okay, apparently we're getting an ad here in a second, so I'm just going to do this and then I'll.
You can vote early.
You can vote early.
I'm sure you can vote many times as well.
There are two topics when you stream that are the most volatile topics, and that is politics and Star Wars. So
yes,
you gotta be smart when you pick your battles on YouTube. All right, let's go. Let's see this.
Yeah. All right, let's go back here. Yeah.
So they are really going to establish the concept of new cuts of films being put on streaming services, and that's exactly what Disney wants to do, starting off with Star Wars. In fact, there's been a lot of talk. They even want to do this with Marvel movies eventually in the future.
What?
Now, to me, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Just a random little drop of,
they
they want to do it with Marvel movies too. Now, the other thing that I'm talking about, like he's literally. Did you notice that he said HBO 3 times? He said Snyder Cut two or three times. He's hitting all these little keywords. He's making sure to say them over and over again. So the algorithm hears it because the algorithm doesn't just go off of what your title is of your video or what you put as a tag. It also hears you. Remember what our good friend Jody had to say about our good friend Ray Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So those kind of things. Yes, the algorithm hears you. It adapts to you. It knows what you say, and therefore it knows how to promote your video based upon what you're talking about in your video.
Then it knows to put you up at the top of the list for why don't you watch this next?
Yep.
Necessarily, I just think that it might be a waste of time to focus on restarting these movies in a sense to where it's going to have a different meaning and all.
He literally undoes his own video.
He's like, this is what the rumors are.
He's just rambling. He's just rambling right now, and we're just staring at a full screen picture of Ray laying down. It's like that's more interesting than what he's saying.
Yes.
And so you're just like staring at pictures, listening to him talk about nonsense, and then you're like, "That's kind of cool. I'm gonna subscribe."
Moving on.
But drop a like.
Now he's described that one major change that Jon Favreau just made into the canon that will be unveiled in 2021 is that Rey's parents are going to have a far different backstory in this new version of The Rise of Skywalker. For one, Favreau, all right, is actually going to establish that Palpatine.
You can tell he's lying because he's like, okay, Favreau, all right. Favreau, all right, is going to do this.
Son will become a legitimate son instead of just a clone through gene splicing, and will have served as Palpatine's apprentice on Exegol at one point in time that escaped and found Rey's mother.
What?
Really?
Yeah, really. So now he's not going to be a clone anymore. Like literally, they're going to undo. According
So are
to
they gonna,
Mike.
wait a second? Are they going to pull the books from the shelves, the comic books?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I know they're
Pull that
continuing stories and everything based on all this stuff, but yeah, no, they're going to pull everything, Johnny.
They really
Of course
McClunkied this, didn't they?
They full McClunky, and you never go full McClunky.
Now, on top of this, in terms of Rey's mother, Favreau is also set to establish that she was a powerful,
say on top of
sensitive
Rey's
individual
mother?
in hiding, and that Luke
Oh, what a good
Skywalker at one
picture.
point in time was.
That's the other thing.
Big.
Teeny weeny. I see you, little Duke. My little eye spies something orange. Do it.
This is the worst fan fiction I've ever heard.
It's all
every
Brown
video.
goes up with a DeLorean and takes out Palpatine.
That's better fiction.
That would probably wouldn't surprise me.
Using the veil of the Force.
Hey guys, we're also joined by Matt Jarbo as well. What's up, Matt?
What's up, Matt?
Matt.
What's up, Matt? Good to see you, man.
What's up?
All right, here we go.
Was in search of Rey's mother well before Rey was even born. Now, Favreau was also going to establish that Ben Solo's spirit at the very end of Episode 9 will mean something entirely new, and that when Ben Solo vanishes after giving his life force to Rey, is that a part of him lives within Rey, making her a literal Skywalker, giving a better meaning to the official title of the film.
Oh,
So,
wait, hold on a minute.
once again-
Pause it. Wait, this sounds like this is more like I have an idea in my mind that would sound so much better, but I'm going to say it as if Jon Favreau is actually planning this.
Yeah.
Like, where is he getting this knowledge that? Here's the thing.
Well,
It's
hey,
one
wait,
thing to
wait,
say-
Nickatina,
coming straight from Grace Randolph.
Nickatina.
What?
Nickatina. It's been noted.
It's been
It's
noted.
been noted, but that's
It's
what I'm
known,
saying.
okay?
so
It's
look,
known.
This is
It's
how you
a
know it's
lava park
bullshit.
walk.
This
It's
is
a
how you
lava
know
park
that
walk.
it's-
Welcome
it's
to the
utter
conversation,
trash.
Nickatina.
Well, no, what I'm
Welcome
saying
to
is
the
that-
party, pal.
Welcome
to the party, pal.
Palpatine became a
It's
Jehovah's
such
Witness.
garbage. It's such garbage.
You made Johnny explode.
Sorry,
Johnny's gone.
my 3D printer got caught up on something. So
Johnny, how many times have I told you not to leave a Crockett Johnson in your 3D printer?
I know. Woo.
You can't print that stuff.
You know, Favreau is trying to be as smart as he can when it comes to this major reset or restart of the sequel trilogy by giving a different meaning to that overall sequence between both Ben and Rey, that life force exchange, right?
That life force exchange.
It's not just that, however, though, is that Favreau...
Is that what we're calling it now, Johnny?
He's like, yeah, exactly. That's what
When a boy Jedi likes a girl Jedi,
So,
they do a life
Yeah,
force
they
exchange.
released the
Sometimes
midichlorians.
there's a special hug.
In a brand new Star Wars movie, look who's Jedi is talking now, starring Bruce Willis as the voice of the baby of both Rey and Ben.
Yeah.
If everybody had an ocean, it's got the little midichlorians across the USA.
Yes. Rasha has the statement of the night. Someone has finally outdone Bad
I'm
Take
going to
Ryan.
fly to New Zealand just to destroy Russia. Kill you.
This is why we do what we do, ladies and gentlemen, and we love it.
Favreau will also be handling the new meaning of Luke Skywalker's death at the very end of The Last Jedi and how it
There,
has
Tony.
something to do
Oh
with
my
the wills, those godlike beings that are going to play a very large role in
the
all of
wills.
that. And how Luke was able to use the Force projection technique is also going to involve Anakin Skywalker's presence, guiding him throughout the world of Ahch-To.
You have Hayden Christensen for 2 hours be like, Luke,
I'm
come over here, man. I found something, man.
This doesn't even make any sense.
There's some mushrooms growing around here, man.
It doesn't, but it's been noted, and it's just
you can put those on a burger, man. Chop
Look at
chop
Marcy, I'm trying so hard not to scream right now.
Chow, Enosh.
Chimichawa.
Exactly, but he's probably had like 20,000 people watch this video and go, "Oh yeah,
zero."
The best way to going through the zero is going.
I mean, the way he talks is kind of like when my son gets out his Pokemon cards and he's like, "Okay," and then this one he's gonna go, and then Charmander is gonna come over here, and then there's gonna be like there's a Pikachu, and then did you know that sometimes Ash really likes to do this? And then I saw a cartoon, and I'm like, dude, get to the point. What are you trying to tell me?
So Johnny, what you're really trying to tell us is you hate your son.
No.
See, that right there should be like a Mike Zero or Mike Uno or Mark Uno,
video of him being
played. Yeah, just like get some Star Wars cards and like throw them on the table and just like come up with fiction as it goes.
Or just do what Johnny said. Have a kid bring out Pokemon cards.
Yes, and then Mark is like,
he's writing it all down. Like, yeah, and then he's just spewing it out.
This is totally what's going to happen.
This is great. This is great stuff.
So look. So
we should go to Burbank.
So Johnny and I have decided to do a couple things. One, for the holidays in December, we're going to have our own December thing, Anthony, where we're going to do a 2 cents on nonsense on the holiday special. And then we're also we're putting together a TV show, because everybody knows like the site We Got This Covered, and just how it's just absolute garbage news, and also cosmic book news.
Cosmic book
news, right? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put together like a news broadcast show.
Oh, nice.
The sequel trilogy turns out to be the holodeck program.
Nice. End program. So what we're going to do is Johnny and I are going to put together like a news program. It's going to be like your nightly news, but it's going to be like we've got this cosmic book news covered, like starring your anchors Doomcock and Mark Uno, and along with some others, and basically just report like crazy things.
Hashtag we got this covered. Oh, we don't got this covered.
We had this covered, but it slipped through our fingers, and now the Emperor's sitting there looking at us all weird about it. So
we were gonna cover
this damn video. Let's get through this.
So additionally, on top of all of this, all right.
Why would you have this picture?
Even Ben's like, "Oh God, Mike, stop! For the love of God,
killed me."
Oh my God, I want to die again.
Every picture he has on here has some kind of like
blue hue,
something to it that makes you look at it and think about like what's happening. I don't know,
but it's not related to anything he's talking.
It's not related to anything.
Nothing.
That also the reset of the Rise of Skywalker will dive further into Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple and his students, and that the fans will begin to learn more about his Jedi Academy in the new versions of episodes 8 and 9.
And Mark Hamill's going to be like 900 years old when they film those, right? I mean, give me a break.
Okay.
Holographic technology can do a lot now. So
Look,
all I'm saying is,
well, I mean, okay, Matt. Let's just say if they announce that they're going to re-release or redo the sequel trilogy, what would the reaction be like worldwide if that were actually true?
there'd be a lot of applause and praise. So here's the thing. I actually kind of think that that could actually happen. And let me explain what I mean by that. So I think that because we know that Marvel is very, very, very reactive to DC, right? So if they choose to do anything like with the cuts, and it's popular, and right now Disney is hurting worse than Warner Brothers is because of the park shutdown. They're losing all this money. So if they're looking at the popularity of the Snyder Cut, of the Ayer Cut, of the Schumacher Cut, and all these people that are like, just release these alternate versions of movies. Like, come on, you guys, you know? And then they go, well, hell, we could go back and we could add in all those deleted scenes that JJ shot for The Rise of Skywalker. We could go in and we could do this. We could add in the stuff that we didn't put into The Last Jedi. They could go back and release these extended versions that will not cost them practically any money to do. unless
but
they
what
want.
would they do with Carrie?
Well, that would only be if they wanted to add in those Carrie scenes. Now we know that with the Rise of Skywalker, Kelly Marie Tran shot like a bunch of stuff.
Oh, so did Dominic Monaghan.
Yeah, they shot a bunch of stuff that was cut. She had like 56 seconds of screen time in that whole movie. She had less than a minute of screen time in that whole movie. So, you know, and she shot predominantly everything with Carrie. So they could, or well, around the character. So, I mean, they could easily go back, right? And I use it kind of like this. So, do you guys ever watch Harry Potter when it was on Freeform? When it was on like ABC Family?
No.
Okay, so when they would put the Harry Potter movies on ABC Family, those movies are long, right? They're long, and when you run a movie on television, it's edited for content. Do you remember those little slogans and those little?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's been reformatted.
Right? Yes, this has been edited for television. It may appear different than what you remember because what they do is they take they will cut out certain things, that have they'll cut out whole plot points of a movie. And some of these TV edits, but they'll also add in additional footage that
like
was
they did with like Goonies back in the day. The first time I saw Goonies on Disney Channel or something as a kid, it was or I remember seeing it on Disney Channel as a kid going, this is different. They had the sea monster scene in there and everything like that.
Yeah, if they put the octopus scene in, because that's not in the theatrical. No. So, that's why everyone's like, the octopus, what the f are you talking about? But no, so the first time I saw that was actually a deleted scene for Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Really? It was right after he left. I think it was as he was either going to Finkel's house, his parents' house, or leaving.
Laces Out.
It wasn't. Well, no, it was before. Yeah, it was right around when we first learned about Laces Out. But he goes to a biker bar, and this is a deleted scene. He goes to the biker bar, and he ends up getting into a fight with the bikers. And one of the bikers takes a beer bottle and smashes it on the bar and points the pointy end at Ace. So Ace, in retaliation, reaches in his eye and he pulls out his contact and he smacks that on the counter and goes, you want to fight? And it's just this really dumb scene. But I saw Ace Ventura. I can't even tell you how many times I saw Ace Ventura. But this whole scene was entirely new to me. And then I've watched other movies on television over the years that they've done this with. And I'm like, dude, they could totally just add this stuff back in.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad felt the need to release the extended cut because of the success of BVS's Ultimate Edition, but the extended cut was garbage because it didn't really add anything to it.
It wasn't any. Well, yeah,
at 15 minutes, there's a couple little extra scenes. It was nothing major, but now we're hearing Ayer's got the first 40 minutes of what he shot, Warner Brothers cut. That is not insignificant. That is something that should be seen. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, what would be the best way right now for these companies to make a lot of money?
That's Austin was speaking.
I mean, they totally could. I mean, Disney is that's the reason they haven't put Black Widow out on the streaming service because they need that movie to make $1 billion and they're waiting.
Well, Mulan and Tenet tanked. So,
yeah.
I mean, Mulan, there's been that rumor that it pulled in $260 some odd million from that $30 sale thing. I don't know. I still haven't watched it yet. I didn't pay for it, but but it comes on Disney Plus next month. So screw it.
Yeah.
I'll just wait for then, watch it in 4K on my TV. But the thing is, they could release all these extended editions of these movies because when they shoot movies, they always overshoot stuff. They will always, there's this stuff from look at the Ghostbusters. They had the extended edition of Ghostbusters when that came out in 2016. I sat through it because I had to, and it was terrible. I'm not saying every one of these is going to be good, but I mean, it's if they just want to go back and do an alternate take on something, I mean, everyone knows the popularity of the Donner cut. We're kind of in the age now where we can go back and make those things more of a reality and add money to it if they want to fix it. And then all that is more publicity and more fans going, yeah, this is what we want to see, and we'll do
did
these
the same damn
subscriptions
thing
for.
to what was it? Was it Infinity War or Endgame where they added some more Hulk?
No, it was it wasn't even a whole scene. It was a deleted scene with incomplete animation. And it was at the end credits.
Oh, wow.
That's all it was.
Matt, you have completely mind fucked Rasha. She's like, holy shit, this is messaging in my head. The voice.
I don't sound anything like Dawson. What are you talking about? I don't sound anything like him.
You sound like you're 13. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't.
Can I just interject?
I know my balls have dropped. I've got 2 kids. You know,
Can I just interject something?
What?
Please stop trying to make sense of Mike Zero's insane
Yeah,
ramblings
please
here.
stop.
well, okay, no, it's not. Look,
Because
look,
what you're talking about.
Listen.
Listen, because
Don't
I feel like the whole
legitimize
thing. I feel because this is it. What you're talking about and what Mike Zero is talking about are two completely freaking different
absolutely,
things.
absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
And so that what you went off on is a totally different take on what this is, because Mike Zero and Doomcock are full of absolute crap and talking about Bob Chapek coming in and writing new stories and all this stuff. Look, I'm not saying that there can't ever be an extended version of Star Wars, but this idea that they're going to undo everything happened and make these all brand new versions that are going to make everybody happy and unite the planet, and everybody's going to be excited again. And even Ben Solo here is going to rise from the dead to go and be with the love of his life that actually he only kissed in a sisterly way. It's not going to happen. And so
you're telling me there's a chance?
I mean, Favreau was also going to insert the fact that it was the Force ghosts of the past that were able to destroy the Sith hiding in Palpatine's body
the whole time.
So they're going to touch more on the Sith that live within Palpatine. Even Palpatine stated that all the Sith live within me, right?
a little bit.
Vote early.
There's something in him for sure.
He's filled with something there.
We never really got to learn all that much about that. Again, there were a lot of aspects thrown into this movie that were not fully explained, not even in the novelization, which I think was very poor of Lucasfilm and Disney to handle. You know, I think that they handled.
You got Mike Zero here talking about how
he thinks they handled it. You know,
about how they handled it poorly, but this guy can't even get out a sentence. They handled it poorly. They wrote it poorly. Everything was done poorly on their aspect, but I can't even light both sides of my face for 5 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Vote early, vote Dawson.
Things in a damage control mode, I think you could say. And when we go ahead and examine of exactly, you know, what Kathleen Kennedy was doing, she was going.
Ah, there it is.
What?
Kathleen Kennedy. It's Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh, here she is.
What was really going on? It was Kathleen Kennedy. You see, was screwing it up the whole time, and she was lying in wait this whole time.
She was, leave it to a woman to screw it all up. And,
yeah, of course.
Going back and forth with a lot of endings of episode 9 and what she even allowed Ron Johnson to do with The Last Jedi, giving us a very messy version of what the sequel trilogy could have been, right?
Right.
So, further on top of all of this, Favreau is really trying to do exactly what the fans want to see and what they want to learn about. Now, John is also set to deliver a brand new meaning to the Empire film.
John Favreau is our new savior. Chris Terrio used to be his god. Now John Favreau be his name.
Yes.
Oh, so he was all about Chris Terrio.
Oh, he was all about Chris Terrio.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. He was all up in Chris Terrio right there.
But
Chris
now it's
Terrio is his
all
buddy.
Favreau.
Favreau is the future.
Favreau is the future. Favreau's going to save the entire
Because
franchise.
he knows what the fans want.
So,
He's the one that.
How old is the video again?
It's got a couple minutes left here. It's got a couple minutes left. But
I was
got
asking
about.
how old it was.
Oh, this video's from this week.
It's from this week.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
New cut by helping with providing the deleted scenes and offering major retcons to the already existing footage in the movie in order to fix Kathleen Kennedy's mess.
It's all just her mess.
It's not J.J. Abrams' mess.
No.
It's not,
Chris Terrio's mess.
The editor's mess.
No.
It's
It's
all
Kathleen
Kennedy.
Kennedy. He loves The Mandalorian, which, she didn't touch that, though, because we like it.
Well, wasn't she not permitted on the set?
Exactly.
The president of the company.
In fact, I
you
do
can't
believe,
come here.
I do believe
You're
George
not
Lucas
welcome.
No girls allowed.
George Lucas himself offered a cease and desist letter that said that she was not allowed to come in his He-Man Woman Haters Club.
1 foot on the set. I'm not going to work.
Not
here.
just that, but also the new version of The Rise of Skywalker is set to use unused themes by John Williams that will be used in the new cut of the movie on.
Oh yeah, John Williams recorded all kinds of music.
Yeah, he wrote all
unused tracks.
Yeah, he's got unused tracks. He also scored the Lucas cut as well. They talked about
There
that.
you go. Well, you got 4 hours of music there.
Absolutely. You got all the stuff that we've never even
Hopefully it's
seen.
something that we can hum.
They had that symphony locked down for weeks.
We can hum.
Disney Plus, and that John will have a major role in deciding as to where they will be placed in the new film. Now, it's described.
John's even gets to figure out where John Williams' music gets to be put in the film.
He's like, I know you're the composer, but let me tell you, I want you to put this song here, that song there. Okay, you got it.
I'm surprised he didn't go. And Jon Favreau is going to use his experience from the chef to make everybody lunch at craft services.
It's like, if we know that Jon Favreau knows anything,
been noted.
He knows food. I mean, come on, he's a
Sounds
big guy.
delicious.
We've all been big guys here, so we know food. So
Described that this is going to be a major plan by Bob Chapek in order to gain back the lost fans. Yes.
Bob Chapek coming through, saving the day from the sideline.
Walked away from the franchise back in 2019. Now, however, Kathleen Kennedy is said to be very unhappy. Of
course
not
she
a
is.
big surprise.
No big
No, it's
surprise. No big surprise. I love how
But, so he's literally just like making this up.
Oh,
like
yeah.
He has this whole drama playing out in his head, and he just kind of goes.
He's
playing with his action figures.
Oh, they're fighting. Don't you know that they're Doomcock has said that there is a civil war going on.
War inside Lucasfilm.
Inside Lucasfilm. There's an absolute civil war going on.
Half want to stay in Northern California. The other ones want to go to
Burbank. Yes.
There's actual footage of the Civil War, of the arguments happening inside Lucasfilm. Here it is right here.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
I got a girlfriend.
And she's real.
And a hot pocket in my.
Let's kick some ice.
About this big choice by Jon Favreau and Bob Chapek, and that Kennedy wants this to stop since she is the one who made the choices for that film. So once again, we have Kathleen Kennedy opposed to this decision. She's very much against it. She doesn't like the fact that, major retcons and fixes are being made to the sequel trilogy. And honestly, I think that I'm a little mixed on this. One part of me says that it's a big waste of time and that we should just put it in the past and just forget about those movies and just move forward. But at the same exact time, I feel that a lot of the work that was only partially filmed deserves to be seen in a very special way. And I guess you could say that this is Bob Chapek's way of creating his own legacy and giving Jon Favreau, George Lucas, and Dave Filoni a shot at doing something incredible.
Chapek wants to cement his legacy.
Now, apart from this, additionally, it's also noted that Dave Filoni will be helping John with establishing new lore into the new cut of Episode 9.
Where's it noted, Mike? Where's it noted?
He's got his notes.
How much
He's got his
responsibility
notes.
are they giving Jon Favreau?
Yeah,
John,
I know, right?
John,
He never
I
wants
want
to see
you
his
to
family.
plan all of our meals. I want you to plan the day. I want you to plan what they're going to be wearing.
The
songs. The videos give me it's giving me a headache. And like,
Well,
I'm
Filoni's
like,
helping.
what is happening?
And dude, basically, he does this every day.
Every
He does
day.
this every day.
Several times a day.
No,
Several
he's not
times a day.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
How many views does this
He's not
video right
dead.
here have? How
He's
many
not
views?
dead. By the way, he's not dead. This has 26,590 views.
God
Yeah.
damn!
Look at that. Wait. 948 likes.
Yep.
948 idiots have clicked like on that shit.
Oh, wait till you see the comment section. Wait till you see the comment section.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
I love the ad there is vote
So
Republican.
that the fans can enjoy the sequel trilogy in a better way. John is also going to fix many
Down there?
aspects of The Last Jedi by doing very similar scenarios.
The notes are blocked by
So
the
Dave
images.
Filoni is another creator at heart that is very passionate about Star Wars. He loves the franchise. Let's not forget that he's a pioneer. He is the very first person to establish animated material. And then you got John.
Wait, hold on. He's the very
What?
first person to establish animated material.
Ever.
What?
Ever.
Is he not seeing the animated sequence of the Star Wars special?
Dave,
Well, did he not see the
What about
Clone Wars
droids?
movie?
Droids.
Droids. That TV, yeah, that was a Saturday morning cartoon.
Is he just talking about Star Wars animated material or
like in general all
No,
animated
he's
material?
talking about Star Wars, but still, he doesn't.
Well, it's been noted, ladies and gentlemen, that they're going to use the veil of the Force to go back and make Dave Filoni the only creator of animation ever.
Have you seen the fucking Jetsons before? Yo,
meet Han Solo.
His
wife Leia.
Mandalorian episode
Their
1
boy Kylo. Ray Skywalker.
No, Ray, his wife.
What? Chewie, his dog. George. George. Han Solo out on a treadmill outside their apartment, like going around.
The very first person to establish live action material in the known Star Wars universe and the franchise overall, right?
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 Right? You feel me? Right?
Right?
Muscles?
Did he
right?
say?
What did he just say there? Hold on. We do have to go back and listen to whatever he just said, because I don't know what the heck he was just saying there. Hold on.
Let's not forget that he's a pioneer. He is the very first person to establish animated material. And then you got Jon Favreau, the very first person to establish live action material in the known Star Wars universe and the franchise overall, right?
What that George Lucas?
What?
What kind of crap is
he's meaning to say television, and it's like it's a with all the other word salad that he uses.
Right?
Yeah. Well, technically, technically, those were released theatrically in London. Those were actually theatrically released.
He wouldn't have known that.
I thought they were home video releases until I was proven wrong.
Well, not home video releases. No, they aired on Disney. Right? Wasn't it Disney? It was a special.
It was like ABC
day.
or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was a special time that we got to watch it, and then they released it on home video later.
But it did go to theaters. It did go to theaters in the UK.
I didn't know that.
Both of them did.
Both
of them did. Because right before the release of Rise of Skywalker, this woman came out with a blog and she's all like, well, there's been 11 previous Star Wars movies or there's been 13 previous Star Wars movies in theaters. And I'm all like, hold on a minute. And I'm running through the numbers and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to me. And then people were calling her out on it and she's all like, the Ewok movies. And I'm like, no way, dude. No way. No way. And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh my God, she's right.
Well, also
Wicket goes on to become a Sith, right?
What? Oh, along with Jar Jar.
Yeah, that's how Star Wars.
According to Mark Uno, he goes into work with Palpatine to start a company called Skywalkers. It basically makes walkers.
That's why you saw Ewoks
people,
at the end
for old people.
Dude, you should take that. You should take that, package it a little bit differently, and float it to Star Wars Theory and see if he makes a video on it.
You should.
We can't say his name or else people will kill us.
Star Wars Theory.
People will kill us.
I love Star Wars Theory.
Yeah, no.
I recently unsubscribed. unsubscribed.
In one of my videos, I said that because of the damage done and because everyone was allowed to make Ewok steaks after the fall of the Empire, that he turned on everybody and became a Sith Lord, raising Palpatine back and raising him back to health and stuff. And because Palpatine couldn't walk around, Wicket ended up developing a new kind of walker for an old person based on Death Star technology.
What are you talking about right now?
Based on Death Star technology called the Ewok. And so they put that together. Yes, and he became I've got actual pictures to go along with that video. It's pretty funny. You can find that on the channel. Yeah,
I mean, that just sounds insane.
Yeah, but it's no better. I mean, it's
crazier than any of this.
No crazier than any of this crap. So, and it's actually meant to be funny.
And here's the thing: this is just one video. There's how many does he have on his channel?
Well, we can go back and look because he's got hundreds.
Well, let's
thousands. So, like I've said before in the past, guys, We're still on the road to success here. You know, let me know what you think about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Was that one take? That whole video? Or you think he
No, because he cut to pictures and shit.
Well, that doesn't mean that he edited his audio.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I've done an 1.5-hour video without stopping at all.
Streaming doesn't count.
No, not streaming. Not streaming. I know he doesn't do what I do, but I will pre-prep my videos.
The 2-hour video, you're in it now.
I'll do that too. I'll pre-prep everything and I'll just have it all ready to go, and I do it in one take.
So here's some of the comments. His pinned comment is always, join the like side of the force by giving this video a thumbs up. Let's reach 500 likes, dear friends.
Ooh, dear friends.
Yeah. Oh, is that the wording you have to use in order to get those likes? Because
apparently.
Holy crap.
Here's one. If it's woke, then I want to see it all burn. It'll only come back if they do George Lucas episodes 7, 8, and 9. I wouldn't mind if they just animated films on Disney Plus and are considered an alternate story. The Disney trilogy had terrible ideas and took the story in the complete wrong direction. Stop looking for ways to justify Kennedy and Johnson's ruination of the story. Redo this trilogy. Make Rey a Kenobi. Do not kill off a 54-year-old Luke Skywalker. Waste of time. Decanon the whole sequel trilogy and bring me back.
Yeah, because you know, whatever Overlander 23 says, I mean, Disney's going, oh, well, we could have made $1,000,000,001 then. Maybe we should.
Actually, hold on. That's a decent idea. What if they took Lucas's scripts and they animated them?
What if they took? I mean, he also wrote. Yeah, but Lucas.
That'd be interesting.
You know how many television scripts and everything like that, and they have.
Oh, what for Star Wars Underground? They did like 50 episodes or something.
He's got 100 episodes.
I mean, 100 episodes. I would love to see that stuff,
I'd love to see that too, but I mean, like, you know. No, they need to make Heir to the Empire.
Yeah, say what you will about Star Wars, but Jon Favreau has nailed it with The Mandalorian, and that appears to be his baby. Disney appeared to think they're smarter than the fans. The Mandalorian is exactly what the fans wanted all along. Brought to you by the fine folks at Disney.
Yes.
And that's courtesy of USN Patriot.
How did Star Wars die? Darth Kennedy betrayed and murdered the franchise.
Stay angry.
Hey, and look, I mean, each comment, look at 17 thumbs up, 16 thumbs up, 18 thumbs up. I mean, they're just feeding on each other.
Yeah. It's
It is.
very much like that.
Oh, here's one person.
Well,
Pop
that only had
Fresh,
3
but-
because no one's going to read that.
Well,
it says read more.
Just realize that this is speculation and not a set thing. Nothing but a click chase.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, man.
Star Wars is dead to me. It ended at Return of the Jedi. Whatever.
I believe this is Disney's way of admission that they did indeed F up by putting Kathleen Kennedy on this, and now has probably stuck her on a job that they have no intention of seeing fulfilled. But since she's under contract, it's what they can do while giving the reins back to George and a few others in hopes that they can fix what KK
George
F'd up.
McFly.
It can be done.
Intensity.
It can be done.
mean,
it just has to be done right.
destiny.
I'm not giving up hope on Star Wars yet. I'm surprised so many of you have. Sounds to me like y'all never were really fans. Y'all just jumped on the bandwagon with everyone else.
And that's the thing. But like, people hold on to that hope that George Lucas is coming back. It's like those people that sit there and go, Ronald Reagan, he'll be back in the White House. Dude, Ronald Reagan's dead.
He's long dead.
You know, like, that's the pipe.
George
dream.
Oh dear God, here's a good one. The whole thing could be fixed in 2 minutes. How you say? By adding a 2-minute clip at the end of Rise of Skywalker. Picture this: Yoda wakes up from a Force dream, and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan walk in to receive the mission to the blockade at the beginning of Episode 1, and then cut.
That's like how they ended St. Elsewhere, right? It was all a dream inside the snow globe. Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
This is not cool. Just leave fans not knowing how to feel. I think most people would be sad, and everything that have come to love was just a vision and not real. Not good enough.
Not good enough.
Yeah, hey, read them all in different voices, man.
Not good enough. Would have to reveal the Disney trilogy a Sith plan. Evil must recognize the name for what it is.
Kathleen Kennedy is essentially the Hillary Clinton of Star Wars. She just won't go away and takes pleasure in destroying great things.
And what they did at the pizza parlor to those children.
I must say, I kind of just want to move on. I mean, there are so much other stuff to do in this universe, but I do like Favreau, and I'm sure he could fix those two piles of dog doo-doo movies. Just watch a few clips of these Yozan Vaughn that takes over. We should star in a new movie series with them. Waste of time. It's a terrible plot from the beginning. You just can't tweak it. Star Wars was supposedly saved on the editor's table, but it had a good core to begin with. You can't turn absolute crap into a good film with editing. At best, you could turn it into a moderately acceptable fertilizer for new material to win back fans.
Do Sean Connery.
They should bring back Lucasfilm, or they should bring back LucasArts for the games. The games were good when they were in charge.
For real, LucasArts gaming doesn't even exist anymore.
It doesn't.
And it should. It really should.
It should.
Well, to be fair, though, on that front, Iger actually explained this a long time ago. The reason why Disney moved away from doing games is because they had tried it a couple times and they realized they sucked at it.
Well, Disney Infinity was fun.
Yeah, but then they canceled it because like they just didn't get what they wanted out of it. No. You know, they were doing like Epic Mickey. They were their own publisher for a while because I used to go to E3 and I would see Disney there as a publisher. But they ended up just realizing that was Iger trying to streamline everything.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like so that's why they sold the licensing rights over to EA, which, you know, has had some good moments, to be fair, recently. It's been good.
240,000 subscribers.
To zero?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm in the wrong business. Oh my.
Yeah, we need to start hating,
man.
Oh my.
See, if you could just sit there and.
Well, I could. I'm an angry man. I'm an angry man.
Don't get him started.
Don't get me.
All you have to do, you make these bite size. See, Quibi tried to do what Mike Zero.
Quibi, I could have made Quibi a success. I'm just saying that right now. I could have made Quibi a success.
If it was all Mike Zero videos, it would have been, they would have paid off the,
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a $1.95 billion investment that went to hell.
He did a podcast style thing with some guy named Chris for a minute. He did 5 episodes of that. He's got if you look back,
podcasting's so easy. It's podcasting so easy,
dude. He keeps threatening that he's going to do live action stuff, but
I'll never stream. He won't.
Is that like?
He hasn't been on Twitter since he said that he's not.
He's going to do live streams or whatever, but he's never actually come through on that. Because can you imagine this guy at live stream?
Oh, it'd be terrible.
Oh, he's already fumbling over his words now. Here's the thing: is that the way he talks and the way he puts together his sentences, it's so like jumbled and it's so like he's talking over himself and back and forth. It's hard to even follow him.
Well, it's like he's got
like,
his
what?
mouth can't catch up to his thoughts, And
Yeah.
then, but Bob Iger, and then Lucas is gonna with Favreau save
What's
it.
this one?
What if he's autistic?
4 years
Bridges?
ago.
Well, see, and that Matt.
Why
That's
is
been
Jeff
brought up
Bridges?
before.
Oh no, who is
Oh
that?
yeah. This is like when he was. This was 3 years ago when he was using a lot of pictures of Jeff Bridges from Tron, because they looked cool and he could use the pictures, and so he was saying that Jeff Bridges was going to be in it or whatever.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
To be fair, though, if Jeff Bridges went into that'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like
I'd be
I
very
said,
happy with that.
like I said before, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that he has mentioned that
Look at that one. Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Exciting news. It has 210,000 views.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me?
None of it's true.
None of it's true.
You guys, I just found out that Ryan Johnson has interns watch my videos and make fun of me.
Oh my god!
Darth Vader solo films coming. Han Solo's funeral leaked. Did we ever see that in The Last Jedi?
It was in the book. It was in the book.
Yeah, but it wasn't. But this was before all that, and like, oh yeah. So Benicio del Toro was going to be Vikram Fett, the Man in Black. Check out what Mike looked like back then. Oh, whoops.
Gotta get that YouTube Premium.
I know, right? Jeez, I guess so.
We all do.
Oh, I have it. You guys were missing out.
In Black. Now, this is being portrayed
background.
by Benicio del Toro. Excellent actor, by the way. I gotta look at the character simply known as thus far as the Man in Black. Now, this is being portrayed by Benicio del Toro. Excellent actor, by the way. I gotta say, he's an amazing actor, and I'm so happy that he is in this film.
He just did it twice.
Now, what's really interesting is recently
amazing
I was on
actor, I
a
gotta
website
say. He's
named
an amazing actor.
wikiwands.com, and I was looking up Benicio del Toro's filmography. And when I was on the filmography, I saw something very, very intriguing of who he is playing. And apparently he is playing Vikram Fett. Now, that isn't the thing that is intriguing. The intriguing thing is...
They're very intriguing. Very intriguing. He's going to play Vikram Fett. That's not the thing that's intriguing.
We get it. He's an amazing actor.
What's intriguing?
And never says where he saw it. I saw his filmography. Where?
Where?
Because
He said he was on wikiwan.com or something.
It disappeared from being Vikram Fett to TBA a couple days later. I have a couple screenshots I'm going to share with you. So here they are.
Let's see it.
This is what it says now. It says TBA. All right. And there's no character on there at all. It just says Benicio del Toro for The Last Jedi, directed by Rian Johnson. However, if you still go into Google search, regular Google search, not images or anything, just regular Google search.
No. And you go down the rabbit hole.
Oh, no.
Punch in Vikram Fett. You will see that it is still in the system that Benicio del Toro's character's name
That doesn't mean anything.
Pops up of the wiki.
Because I typed it in on Wikiwan.
Yeah, and for the longest time, Hugh Jackman would show up when you type in Avengers Endgame. He would show up as one of the actors. I mean, come on, man.
All it takes is somebody to mention it.
Wikiwands.com website.
A guy named Robert Fett.
And if you look in the list,
Bob Fett. Bob Fett. That's awesome. That's awesome. I want to be that Bob Fett.
There.
Well, we were on last night. Last night we were on with Max, and Max kept calling him Boba Fett. And so we were getting kind of ticked.
Why was he calling him Boba?
He just kept saying it. Like he just, I don't know.
We kept telling him too, and he just kept saying it over and over and over again.
It was pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
John
Sir Vikram Fett. That is what it said next to Benicio del Toro before it changed in the filmography to TBA. So is Benicio del Toro playing another Fett? That is a big question. Could this be the son of Boba? I don't know, guys. That might be stretching it. I have no clue at all if it even means anything. I just found it very interesting because I do go on this website here and there, and I was looking up Benicio del Toro, and I looked in the filmography, and boom, there it was, Vikram Fett. I was going to make a video on it, but I didn't decide to do so because I wasn't so sure if...
I scratched right on that little spot right under between the where the thing meets the thing. Yeah, right there.
This was
that's enough. That's enough of this. I can't anymore.
Yeah, so that's the thing, man. I tell you what, man, that's the thing. That's why we call it 2 cents on nonsense, because we just do our thing to it, man. We make it more entertaining.
And really, we've really dived into Mike Zero, and we never really got to Doom Clock. But
that's
a whole other show.
Yeah, it's a whole other can of whatever.
I don't understand how you subject yourself to this all the time.
It's funny, man. I just you know what because a lot of this stuff is just it's so crazy, that I don't know. It's like, you know, have you ever like found yourself like on YouTube and like all of a sudden like 2 hours later you realize like you're watching like a bunch of conspiracy theory stuff and like flat earthers and stuff like that. That's what like this is like the flat earthers of Star
Wars.
Like,
it definitely
Yeah,
is.
it's
like
been a while since I've done that, but I
or
have done that.
Alien
Yeah.
structures on the moon.
Oh no,
Exactly.
I'll tell you this. I was working at the old studio I used to work at in San Diego in like the summer of 2007 when YouTube had just started getting going. And my boss came in and this is like midnight and I'm working on a script and he comes in and he goes like, "Hey, you ever heard of Planet X?"
Oh god.
Oh god.
And I went like, "No, what's that?" He's like, "Oh, dude, you got to go on YouTube, look up Planet X, man."
Nibiru.
Like, he's like, this planet is like, it's like the 10th planet. It's like 8 times the size of Earth. Like, no, they got like Foxes talked about it. I'm like, really? He's like, dude, go watch it.
What is it, Anthony?
I just wanted to scroll back up for a little bit. Did I just see Finn and Ray like in some type of embrace? Go back there. Yeah, they're right there.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my god, no!
yeah.
Well, you know, John Boyega talked about that, right?
Not in here. No,
He did. He actually talked about that after the release of The Rise of Skywalker. Someone was saying like, "Oh, I thought Finn and Ray were going to get together," and disappointed that they didn't. You know, because she ended up with Ben, and he's all like, "It's not about the kiss; it's about who's laying pipe." And that was his direct quote. That was on Instagram. He said that it's about who's laying pipe.
He got in a lot of trouble for that as well.
Well, at that point, he was done, dude. He was done. Although I think he is coming back as Finn for the animated special in a couple weeks.
So wait,
I think he's voicing his character again.
Go to some of the really old ones real quick.
That's what I'm trying to get down to the bottom of it here.
There's so many of them.
My God, how many does he have?
Just hundreds, man. Hundreds.
This is
Snoke's
what he
real
does.
name. Good God, Man in Black.
God, I remember watching.
So here's another one.
It's
So
an
here's another
anagram,
one. Star Wars. We just watched what we just watched. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Man in Black is Duquesne, Benicio del Toro. Because remember, Duquesne, he lost. Han Solo lost the Falcon to Duquesne. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Mara Jade's Three Masters in Star Wars. Snoke Unknown Regions. Jedi Temple stuff.
And we're still at The Last Jedi. We haven't gotten because I used to watch him before this.
Yeah, I was trying to just get down to his.
This is nuts.
Yeah, well, have you ever seen any of his really early videos?
2 hours on nonsense. Gotta lay the pipe, babe.
Oh man, y'all.
Dr. Fate knows what's up.
Oh man.
Oh my God! How many videos does he have? This is absolutely insane.
Snow Connection says Canto Bite.
But see, this is the thing too. You can't see a lot of times. We just want to dismiss him.
He's wearing the same outfit every time.
But see, that's the thing is he said that everything was going to be in The Last Jedi. That all these things were going to be major plot points in The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. And none of that, look, if you literally come up with every single possible angle on every character thing, he's talking about ski speeders over here. He's talking about Rey's new look, opening crawl, Rey's Jedi training, old rules broke, all this stupid stuff. So you're going to eventually find one thing, right, that is kind of what you said it was going to be, and that's the thing that he lives on, right? Is I swear to God, because he had on there that Han Solo was coming back as a Force ghost, and when I watched Rise of Skywalker, and I literally heard, "Hey kid," I was like, God no, God no, God, he will live off of that for the next 10 freaking years.
Gavin talking about Snoke's real name is Reggie.
Reggie. His real name is Reggie.
Oh, here we go. Darth Vader kills Leia, revealed.
What?
Yes. Darth Vader was going to kill Leia. Secrets of Snoke.
No, but look at the difference, though. Watch. Go back up to that one that you were just on about Darth Vader killing Leia. Look at so you got that one has. Let me see. Let me blow it up real quick.
7.9 thousand views.
And the one before that has 25,000.
And this one has 91,000.
91,000.
Yeah, he was kind of all over the place. 3.8 because he was still finding what worked because the total BS is the stuff that ends up working for him.
Even that. If one of my streams got this many views, I'd be like, fuck yeah. I'd be like, move over, Matt Jarbo.
Fuck you.
But Matt, you're at what?
There's a difference between the streams of mine that have gotten that many views versus the streams that you would be doing that got.
Well, yeah. But Matt, you're at how many now for your for Matt Jarbo channel?
How many subs have I lost?
No, you're currently at.
I don't know, like 123.
Yeah.
I 2 years ago I was at 163. If it gives you any indication.
Every time I tune into Matt's like late night streams, it's always I'll tune right in and I'll hear "F you, Matt Jarbo."
It gets so volatile. I'm like, shit, what happened?
Yeah.
Like this guy's like, is that really? Is that so, Matt? Is that so? Is that really?
Yeah,
so?
it attracts a lot of weird people. Like one of the guys that called in the other night was really trying to be like, I ended up booting him because he was too much of a troll. But then like I was doing some research today on true crime on YouTube, and I came across a video he made of like me covering true crime. And I'm like, all right, like, you know,
Always got to love those.
well, the thing is like there are people who do obsess over me first, and I'm a pretty bland individual, you know, like I don't do too much that's crazy anymore, but people still like to just kind of harp on stuff from 2 years ago.
This
So-
doesn't end. Like
Oh,
in the
yeah, this
background,
keeps-
you're still, and everything is still the Last Jedi, Last Jedi, Last Jedi, Last Jedi, Last Jedi, Last Jedi.
All the Snoke
Well,
stuff.
you were just looking at like it just said 3 years ago. Now it's to 2 years ago. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. What the
How
heck?
did that happen?
We went to the world beyond worlds.
Oh my god!
What happened?
I don't know. I tried to do it.
You gotta go to the top and you gotta put sort by oldest.
Well, that's what I did.
Oh
That's what
shit!
That's the problem. That's what I did that.
He has like the whole intro video.
Well, yeah. So I did that. I went here and I went sort by oldest right there, and it was still pulling up stuff from
4 years ago. So that
What-
must be it then.
No, because
It's got 1 million views.
Yep.
1 million views. Like
It's
what?
just-
Oh man.
All right, that's enough, dude. That's enough. I'm not.
If I could
I'm not
find
gonna
some
give
of his
him the
early
time.
stuff. If I could find some of his early stuff.
I've been reading up about murder, and I still think that's more interesting than Mike Zero. I just can't. I don't know how you guys do it. I've never.
Here's a $3 theater thing. Stop the crap, Mike.
Oh, that's me. Yeah. That was literally me just going like he lost the plot. Like I just went off on this thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
here's one of his videos right here. There's one of this. Says, I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry. I apologize. Star Wars and more. This is when he started with the stuff of like I hate Star Wars.
Dude, wait, that image on the right is totally photoshopped though. Like the image to the right of him. You know, look at that.
Oh yeah.
That's like totally. That's on his head on somebody else's body.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something a serial. That's the look of a serial killer.
Yes, it is.
Because
Yes,
look,
it
he
is.
photoshopped in the hands.
know.
He photoshopped in the hands. Go back and look. So he's got right there, no hand, right? No hand over holding up a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Scroll
yeah.
up, and then you scroll up, and he's got like he literally photoshopped him. Oh my goodness!
He photoshopped his hands holding a phone.
Why would
like
he do that
like,
though? What's the importance of holding your phone like this?
well, he's like he's taking a selfie in the mirror.
Because I don't know, man. Like he is legitimately weird in my opinion.
He's got it.
Kathleen Kennedy there with the Force lightning.
I give him credit on his thumbnails. I am so lackluster when it comes to my thumbnails, but like
It's amazing what thumbnails do for you. It really is.
He unapologetically.
So I will tell
trying to
all
make
of you guys. I will tell
What's
all
up,
of you guys.
Rashawn?
You should watch if this intrigues you at all, and you really want to see somebody who put a lot of time in this.
Oh, I've seen the one you're talking about.
Yep. So Star Wars in real life.
I love how you stumbled upon the $3 theater.
Yeah, this right here.
I get around.
This right here. Mike Zero is clickbait by Star Wars IRL.
That's great.
Watch this video. This is one of the best videos you will ever see on Mike Zero. This guy literally went into detail about Mike Zero and like what a piece of crap he is and like why he doesn't like him. But this is the video right here. This is just such a fabulous video.
He's in the car too.
Yeah. Well, it's a documentary. It's a 27-minute documentary basically, and it's great. It really is great. It's fabulous. So yeah, there's
I still love this one. His real name is Reggie.
Amazing. There's amazing fake Star Wars news revelations. One of my other parodies.
All right, well, guys, if you want to check out more of this content, check out 2 Cents on Nonsense. It's on the Point Extra Lounge. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the Point Extra Lounge. He's got great content. Him and Johnny Pop do their show. It's a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for being here. This was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I know we're going on almost 3 hours, but I mean, man, and that's only one of the characters that you guys talk about.
Yeah, we're always looking for new ones. So if you guys find anybody who's just like doing some insane stuff out there, like
who's just ridiculous,
who's just ridiculous, man, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Ryan took off.
I mean, the thing is, right now, I would almost expect like a lot of that stuff to flare up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because if you think about it, we've got 3 years of no new Star Wars movie. We're gonna have content on television. But Mike Zero is going to hit a point where, like, you know, he's going to run out of steam. Like, Doomcock is going to... Well, Doomcock has got Star Trek, Doctor Who, and this. So, he, you know, and those are going to keep running through. And that Doctor Who hate is through the roof there. Like, I mean, Nerdrotic is insane, in my opinion. Like, he hates me because I've called out Doomcock for being Commandant so many times. You know... And he has openly brought me up multiple times on his live streams, apparently. Like, just out of the blue brings me up to attack me. But all those guys are all in that world, and they're going to stay there. But right now, YouTube is suppressing information. This is true. YouTube is suppressing, I think, for the next couple days because of the election, what they deem to be fake news, at least in the political sense. Might end up start really tanking the view counts on a lot of these channels. Well, a lot of these guys, as we talked about last night on Max's stream, they've all been doing political content because there's not much going on entertainment wise. And so if they start getting hit by this and suppression of this kind of stuff going into the election, that's going to be interesting, because I'll tell you this, 4 years ago, it was so insane on YouTube in regards to the election. The day after, I made 2 videos. I said one was why Donald Trump won, and the other was why Hillary Clinton lost. I made over $500 that day. Those 2 videos, over $500. That is how insane it was 4 years ago. They are not letting that happen again.
I want to make $500.
Me too. Again, I'd love it, man. That'd be fantastic. No, then for like the rest of the year, it was like $300 a day on average till the end of the year. That was a whole other month of that. It was insane amounts of cash that I was making. And then the apocalypse happened. All I'm saying is these guys have been rolling on this kind of ad money even during the pandemic, but we're coming into the holiday season, and even though there's stuff that's for sale, people aren't going to see movies. The Alita came to theaters this weekend, pulled in $51,000.
Wow, that's it.
Right? Yeah, that's it. That's all the Alita army could muster. So now they're being skewered online, which I don't think is fair. And, you know, but then again, people just aren't going. So all of this stuff is starting to die down.
Enosh went to the theater. He went and saw, what was it?
We went and saw Empire, but then last night, I've gone to see Tenet. And Friday night, I went to go see Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. That's it, Nightmare on Elm Street. So,
heck yeah.
Well, the thing is, in many places, though, it's like, you know, I think, because I don't know where you live, but like, you know, how far is it away from Detroit? Is it pretty far, or?
We're about 60 miles.
Okay, so you're about as far away from Detroit as I am from Seattle. And there's only about 40,000 people in my city. So we have 2 theaters. One of them is closed and one of them is open.
We got about 100,000, a little less than 100,000 people here.
Yeah, so you have way more than me. And if you guys are doing it, then it shouldn't be a problem. But like, Seattle is where the first deaths occurred. So around here, people get a little bit iffy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we're waiting to see what happens, but you know, people are just freaked out. Look at, like, I had friends of mine in LA last night that went out, bought all these bags of candy, and they were like, they, you know, put it in baggies and quarantined it for 2 weeks, and six kids came by last night, you know, Like people just are not going to go out. So that means that like advertising dollars are going to be down across the board. We've seen this with YouTube. And Black Friday coming on up. They're already advertising Black Friday sales right now. And they are, I mean, Best Buy is aggressively pushing this
all over it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, hiring like some TikTok dancer to like do, I don't know, that ad is stupid.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And they got some really, it's all like, hey, where's that at, Best Buy? Like,
Yeah. I'm all like, what you all got? Can you give me a deal on the PS5? Nope. Then I ain't buying it. Like
That's it, man. That's it.
You know, like it's
I ain't buying it.
I'm just saying, it's like we are absolutely in a crazy thing. Oh, Enosh, did you real quick because I got you here? Did you see that Baby Yoda Joker?
No.
Okay, hold on.
You got to see that. It's
let me bring this up, and I know Nickatina's like, I want to go, but I'll show you guys this.
Not letting you go.
You're not going to be able to do it. All right, so this is something that's
Oh
floating
my
around.
god!
This is just floating around today.
Oh my!
The Jazz
gosh.
Dev Yoda
You can
plush.
buy this.
Yep, it's $16.99. Right, Baby
Wasn't
Yoda
it
meets
$13.99 earlier?
It might have gone up in price. I don't know. All I
God.
know is this.
You ordered it.
I ordered it. I ordered it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And
I like blurb something else out.
I had to. Well, I blurred out my address.
Yeah.
But like, you know, and I had to do it. Well, because there are people out there that can. I mean, my address is out there anyway. But it's like there are people out there that can. If you just do one quick kind of crossover, they can find a way to remove it. So I did 3. So it's like good luck going through 3 layers, bitch. So yeah, I got to cover my ass. But yeah. It's like 6. I think it was like $18 after tax. But it's gonna be here this week, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't buy that much, but like, you know what? I like Joker and I like Baby Yoda, and I'm kind of like, that's an oddity that I like. You know, it's going to go well next to my other Baby Yoda and my Build-A-Bear Chewbacca.
Who looks
Because
creepy, right?
I'm a 40-year-old man almost, and this is what I spend my money on. Anyway,
With
you can end the
that-
show now.
With that, I want to say thank you to everyone here in the chat, and thank you to all my guests who are here today. And let's go around the horn really quick. Anthony, where can they find you?
Yep, you can find me on all social media at 227 on ACS. You can find me on YouTube. Just search for the ACS Universe. You'll find me there. And find me on Thursday, 7:30 Eastern time with 4 nerds with you know my fellow 3 nerds. And watch out for next month. I got something cool coming.
I have a clip for that. No, I don't. Okay. And then Johnny Pop, where can they find you?
You can find me on the Point Extra Lounge there with Enosh. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram. Look for the Johnny Pop, and it's been a blast.
And Enosh,
you can find me at the Poindexter Lounge here on YouTube. You can also find me on Twitter, Poindexter Lounge with no E in the middle because they won't give us that E. It's one letter too many. So Poindexter Lounge there, but you can also find us Poindexter Lounge on with the regular stuff on Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. And hey, do that because we love talking nerd stuff all throughout the week. Also, we do plenty of videos all throughout the week. Obviously, we do the 2 Cents of Nonsense show. That's one of the things we offer. We also do a bunch of interviews, and you're going to want to pay attention to what's going on because we've got some cool interviews coming up. I just was talking to somebody today. It's Superman related, and I'm pretty excited about it. So so stay tuned to the Poindexter Lounge for a lot more and for a lot more fun.
Appreciate it, Gavin.
And Matt, where can they find you?
Strip club.
Nice.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. Not anymore. It's been a long time since I've gone. God, like 12 years, I think. Anyway, I'm just saying. I have tons
it's
of.
turned into Matt reminiscing about the strip club.
If you tune into Boulder Talk Radio, that actually does come up pretty often. I've
tuned into Boulder Talk Radio, and it's basically people yelling and screaming at you.
Yeah. But to be fair, I yell and scream back at them.
Conspiracy theorists and.
It's different than the movie stuff, which is why I like it. Like I love the movie stuff, but it's
a very unique crowd. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, like we have a gay furry juggalo that comes in, and he's an interesting character. It's kind of like it's very niche to like a very specific side of YouTube, and I don't know how to break away from that. I don't know. Like I am legitimately at the point
I can't quit you
of just going to like the rant and rave section of Craigslist, which is the most like violently racist section of Craigslist, and then just dropping a link in there and going like, come on and tell me your problems.
Oh, God. When you're attracting juggalos, you might be doing something wrong.
Well, I mean, this guy, he's also a furry, so the answer to that is I'm absolutely doing something wrong. So,
no shit.
The link, I put the link out there, and I just dropped the link, and I have already had a very odd eclectic audience over the years anyway, and people just come on in. There are people that find it randomly by looking through YouTube Live.
Yeah.
And then they come on in to like troll me. One guy came in to troll me, and then I had to explain to him the fine art of trolling because he didn't know what to do.
I will say it was funny the night that I tuned in and you had the guy who had passed out drunk and you were just watching him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had this Canadian guy that calls in, and he's always
not
hammered.
Tony. Not
Tony. No,
although Tony has been hammered a few times on
every
on the
time
show.
Tony's on your show, he's drunk, and like it's just I'm like I just want to buy that dude a microphone and a headset, and then just go like, dude, like you need to monitor because every time you talk, StreamYard literally gives all of the attention to him because he doesn't have headphones and a microphone. It is just like it is so frustrating from an audio perspective, but that he's a nice guy. But no, we had a guy on there who was drunk, and he was waiting in the call in the backstage to come on in, and I bring him on, and he had passed out.
Oh my God.
And so we just left him up there. We called it, his name is Futternut, and we called it Futterwatch 2020. And so every once in a while I would just bring him up full screen and like, Futter, are you there? And just nothing. And then after about 25 minutes, he finally woke up, but he didn't know that he was on the stream.
Oh, that's right. Rel was there. Yeah. Well, because you said, hey man,
Rel was there.
He's like, no, it wasn't. You're like, yeah, you were. And he's like, no, it wasn't, man. I wasn't asleep. I just went into because he had gotten up when he finally woke up, and he went into the kitchen to get something to eat.
Yeah.
And so he's just like trying to convince Matt that like, no, I just went up and got up something to eat in the other room, man. What are you talking about? And then Matt's like drops the bomb on him, like, we've been watching you for the last half hour. And he's like, oh.
I honestly, I'm just glad he was wearing pants. I was like legitimately worried that he would not be wearing pants.
You were going to have a Poindexter Lounge moment,
yeah, pretty much, and then I'm like, oh no, I'll have to like, boot him or whatever. But at the same time, it would have been funny in that moment. But still, yeah, we had a Futter watch situation, and
everybody's so angry over at your channel.
Well, you know what it is? It's not even like I start off like that. I literally just invite people on, and then I'm like, what's on your mind? And people have
hatred and bitterness and darkness.
Well,
there have been plenty of times where I'm like, you know what, Matt's on right now. You know what? I'll just jump on there, and I go on my computer and I tune in, and I'm like, nope, not gonna do it.
Every time I do that, 2.5 hours later, I'm actually. So every time I say that, and I'm like,
going to bed.
It's like 3 a.m, and I'm like, man, I need to make something to eat. I haven't had something to eat, so I'm like making a cup of soup or something like that, and I'm waiting for it. And I see, oh, Matt's on, and so I'm like, I'm listening to Matt and stuff, and I'm listening to something, and I'm like, what the heck is he talking about now? and then he's like, I've got the thing open, like anybody can come in, and I'm like, I'll just go on for a second and say hi. And then 3 hours later, Matt and I have like talked for like.
Oh yeah, people hated that, by the way.
What? That you cut him off?
No, that you were on for so long.
Oh,
right? Because like what?
Oh,
well, because
really?
what? Yeah. Well, so what it is like Enosh and I have a good conversation, and so because I like talking to Enosh, so I wanted Enosh to hang around, and but I wanted to end the show. So like,
yeah, that was funny.
So I'm like trying to just find a way to end the show. So I'm like, all right, I have more fun talking to Enosh without these jackalopes watching, And because the chat's like, boot this guy, he's fucking boring, and and I'm like, whatever, dude, like whatever.
Well, they wanted the other guy to come on.
They wanted because what it is like because Boulder Talk Radio is based in a meme, and it's based in there have been controversial moments. Like I had Boogie 2988 on one night, and him and I were going back and forth, and then Keemstar came on, and so those are some big people in the commentary side of things, and so like it does kind of have this this element of drama. But people also want to come yell at me. But what they don't realize is everyone has yelled at me for 2 years. So I legitimately just don't care. Yeah. And part of me is like, yeah, no, I'm fully awake right now. Come on and with me, see what happens. We'll have a little bit of fun with this, which is why I just keep messing with them. But I also have to back off of it too, because it's like it's not the most productive thing on the planet. It's Like it takes away from working on things I like, and so I just
It's true. It's true, Gavin. You bring Enosh on the stream, and you're at least getting a 3-hour stream.
that is you've no. That's why you have to
that.
end the show. Yeah, that's why you have to end it.
Yeah, that's why Max just like abruptly ends his shows because he's just like, I don't know what to do.
He'll be
Hey,
like,
we're
I'm
off the
done.
air. Yeah. Like, oh.
Well, he was messaging me and he's like, don't go away, because I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go away. Like I tried to get off like a couple of times, and he's like, hey, don't go away, I'm gonna end the show. And I'm like, okay. And then like we kept talking, and I'm like, okay, he's gonna end the show. And then he's just like abruptly, he's like, yeah, I'm not letting anybody else on. See you guys. Thanks for coming. Bye.
And everybody got
sometimes you gotta find a way out.
And then Matt and I talked for like
What's up,
an
Prime?
hour and a half. What's up, Prime?
Prime.
Yeah, I mean, we did that a lot of times behind the scenes anyway.
Yeah,
and stuff. So it's like I try to keep Boulder Talk though at like 2 hours. I'm like, I'll just do 2 hours. If I could do preferably less, I will. But people, I don't want to put them to like a specific time limit when they call in. I try to keep it around like under 15 minutes. And there are some people that do come over from $3 Theater, and I feel bad because like they're not prepared. They're not prepared.
You're like, no, go back.
Go back.
I wasn't the first time.
Like
Not
go
what
back.
you think. Not what you. That's what I'm saying. Like I'll tune into it and I'll be like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna do this. Forget it. This is a dumb idea.
And that's the thing though, is like, and I don't like that, to be honest with you. Like, if people want to come on, I want them to come on. The problem though is it's literally like anyone. And that can be good or that can be bad. We had some nights a couple weeks ago where it was like a lot of racist people were coming on. I'm like,
gosh, yeah.
So I'm trying to like curb that a little bit, and then try to like, and there was one guy that came on who was a literal white nationalist, but he's like super charming. and so like, and he would call me. He has my personal number, which he got from Andy Signor through someone else, but Andy Signor is the one who gave out my number. And so he'll call me occasionally, but then he found out that I'm part Jewish, and that was like, he's like, no, I'm done. And I'm like, wait, you quit me? That's not how this works. Like, you're the white nationalist. I quit you. It's for those of you who don't understand, don't ever go into the commentary side of the internet. There's a reason why a lot of us are alcoholics.
No, Jesse, we don't need some of Jarbo's callers coming on to.
No. I shouldn't even be here. Like, that's how bad it gets.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And we will see you on. So this show will be back on in 2 weeks with a great guest, none other than Liz Wonder, who's a cosplay professional, and she'll be on here as well. And that will be a pre-show to the Justice League roast party, which we are looking to really get the flames up.
Yeah! Fire.
It's going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for being here. And we will see you next time. I'll be back on later on this week, probably tomorrow night, and then Wednesday again. And, of course, Thursday night is the Mandalorian Season 2 watch party at midnight. We'll watch Episode 2 of Season 2. Brian Masterman will be there. And, Matt, if you're around, you can be there as well.
And if you missed that one, you can always come over to the Poindexter Lounge on Friday.
Don't do that.
Dude, everyone and their mother was doing post Mandalorian discussion.
I know, it was
that's what I'm saying. Like
everybody
is doing a show.
We had like 120 people watching.
Yeah, it was at 2 a.m. or in Pacific time, because Matt and I are in the Pacific time zone. There was 122 people watching us at 2 a.m. I was like, what? This is crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Plenty to go around.
All right, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.